Right, welcome guys, welcome. We've got green lights, or red lights for recording, so I'm assuming we're up and running, so welcome. We're going to be playing some Warhammer 40,000 BattleSector today, which is a game that is just getting better and better and better all the time. It's a game that sort of has always looked fantastic, but it's the gameplay is now improving all the time, and there has been an update basically as of today. So we're going to sort of test out the latest mode of the game, which is Conquest mode. Because they've done a little bit more work on Conquest and also on Planetary Supremacy as well. So just let it load in. It's taking a while actually. Normally it loads in relatively quickly. But anyway, we'll sort of get that one going. I don't know if this will be able to be a DasTactic game. I'll have to sort of, I can't remember if you can rename the units. I thought you could, but I may be wrong about that. I know that in Gladius you can, but I'm not sure about BattleSector. So it is taking a while to load in. We'll sort of keep on going for a little bit longer, and then we'll see what actually happens. But I've literally just installed the update, so maybe it's sort of just resetting things. So the update has, as I said before, the Conquest mode has sort of been just given a little bit more nuance, I believe, and don't know which faction we'll play yet today. So we'll sort of give that one a bit of a look as well, and sort of figure things out. There's a few factions I don't particularly like in the game, and so I'll probably avoid those, like the Tyranids I don't like in this game. I like them in Gladius, but not in this game. The Chaos Marines, don't really like them in this game either. Don't really like them in Gladius either, to be honest. But the others, probably any of the others, I think I'd be pretty happy with. I think, yeah, I don't know. I sort of always gravitate towards the Necrons. I do really love them, and the Space Marines as well are good. So we'll sort of see how we go. God, this is taking forever to load. It doesn't normally take. It's not normally like this. I might just. Do I let it go? Come on, game. I should have actually loaded it in before I started recording. Anyway, just see how it goes. And yeah, normally it's sort of up and running. Since it's now on an SSD drive. Look, I'm going to go and just see what's happening here. It's the launcher. It's still it's using stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll just let it go for a little bit longer and just see if it actually does come good. So that should come good. See how it goes. In the meantime, I've also been trying to figure out a good way of actually getting, because we're going to be playing Fortress Friday tomorrow, which is going to be, of course, Dwarf Fortress. And Dwarf Fortress has just had an update, like a sort of like a quality of life update. I really wish that they would actually fix the door smashers, and particularly the Forgotten Beast door smashers, but they just haven't done that yet, I believe. And yet they've actually given a lot of attention now to Forgotten Beasts in this new update. So I don't know if I started, like, you have to start again with your fortress to sort of get the new look of the Forgotten Beasts. We haven't actually had any Forgotten Beasts in the current fortress we've got. What I might do though is I'm going to look at using a DF hack to maybe start a war, just so we can start to at least sort of have some interaction from the outside map. But that'll be tomorrow. This is taking way too long. I'm going to start again. I'm not sure what's going on here. Start again. All right, so we'll just go back down into here. Sorry about this, guys. Task. All right, and that's all okay. Try that again. Okay, in we go. Play. This time, fingers crossed, it's going to work. Nameless other guy saying, have they fixed that Greaves boot? Can it be put into socks in Dwarf Fortress? I don't know. I always reset things. Like I always just sort of force the issue, and I'm not sure actually. To be honest, I've just got when I get to that point, I just basically tell them to I just reset the military in Dwarf Fortress to get that one fixed. I don't know if this is going to start. This is getting quite frustrating, actually. I'm not getting any feedback that it's loading either. Not good. This is not good. We may have to play something different. So I'll sort of go for a little bit longer. I should have started before I started recording. I got to this screen and then thought, oh, yeah, okay, I'm in. So I'll start. I'll press the record button. But I think that was a mistake, which is a pain in the bum. Of course, if it is loading in, then I don't want to be keeping on restopping it all the time. There's nothing else I can do really while it's loading in either. Oh God, painful. I don't know why it would be taking this long to load this time. Hi Cygnus, thanks for the subscription, very, very much appreciated. Well, what do we do? What do we do? What do we play? I guess that's the other thing. If this doesn't work, it should work. I'll just go and Alt-Tab and just see if I can sort of pick up something different. That's the launcher for it, which is not really going to be open now that it's sort of now loading in. I might just quit out of that. Yeah, no, it won't let me do that. If I do it this way, maybe just get rid of the launcher while it's doing this. Don't think it's going to interfere with anything. It seems to like it's taking CPU, so it is sort of loading stuff in. But it's just not like it's not even high in memory. I don't know. There's something definitely wrong with this. Like, you know, other things are sort of even Firefox is taking up 3 times the memory. So it's yeah, there's something strange. Something strange with it. What I'll do is I will actually Alt-Tab out to this and just see if there's anything in Steam about it. If other people have problems. It's only just updated. Just going to have a bit of a look. Trying to get it off and on again. Yes, I did. Oh, Waterproof, how you going? Freya saying, see it task manager if it's hung. It's working. It seems to be working, but it's just not loading. I'll just go to discussions and see if other people are having the same problem. No. Nope, it's just me. Yes, this is basically this is why I wanted to play it, because this has just come out a couple of hours ago, where they've sort of fixed several bugs and issues, but not fixed the loading, or they've added a bug for the loading by the looks. New skirmish maps, and also first steps of updating how enemy armies react are selected for game modes, which actually sounds really, really interesting. And then Crusade mode, there's a whole lot of stuff in through here as well. So yeah, I would have liked to have shown it, but it is completely hung. So maybe verify the integrity. That's going to take ages, I think, to do that one. Hi White Rabbit, how you going? Hi Dave, just saying, just tried mine. After patch loads, okay, fairly quick. Maybe validate. Yeah, maybe I will, because I do like the Crusade mode. All right, we'll just go back out again. Actually, I'm just thinking, with it being on an SSD, it will actually at least verify reasonably quickly. So we'll see how long that one goes. Sorry guys, this is painful. Just open up my Steam, and we'll just go back to the library. BattleSector over through here, and come on, get out of that way. Manage. properties, is it? Which one is it? Verify integrity. Okay, I'll just quickly do this one. Hopefully it won't take too long. And we'll just sort of see if it does spot anything. As you can see, remember, it's not a bug. It's an undocumented feature. Okay, we'll see how it goes. It literally only just finished updating when I started it. So it's a fairly large area, like 18 gigabytes for this one, but we'll sort of see how we go. I don't think I'm in any betas. Yeah, no, that's okay. Just see how it's going to go. Is that right? So they seem to verify and then spend a bit of time chugging through things as well. So we'll see how it goes. And then we'll hopefully be able to get into it. One fail. Ah, there we go. Be reacquired. Wonder what that one was. The one causing the issues. There we are. Done. Oh, that wasn't too bad, actually. All right, let's get out of here. And hopefully that's going to be job done for us. So we'll get into it now. There it is, BattleSector. I feel confident. The fact that it found something is actually a good sign. And we'll give it just a few seconds. Come on. We believe in you. Yes, we got there. Okay, good. We got there in the end, right? So we can now go and do it. So we have, I've got basically all the DLC in it. So we've got access to all the different factions. So we'll just go and we'll go to new campaign. I think that's going to be the one that we go with. So there's a fair few different things in through here, as you can sort of see. I'll just quickly do a bit of a summary of it. There are campaigns in the game, like the Age of Crimson Dawn, for example. This is actually your standard Blood Angels, sort of one where you sort of kick off as the Space Marines against the Tyranids. That was sort of like the base campaign for the game. There was also Deeds of the Fallen, which is the Sisters of Battle. When they were introduced, they also have a campaign that goes through. I think it was Sisters of Battle, I'm assuming that would be. Demonic Incursion. So this is actually one where you actually do now get to sort of set up like who you're going to be playing against the Chaos Marines. So this is sort of like almost like a... it's a bit more interactive, I guess, but I never really liked this one, this particular campaign mode. But so because I really just don't like the Chaos Marines, to be honest. They just they just don't gel with me. Other ones we now have is we've got Planetary Supremacy in through here as well, where you can sort of then go and play on a essentially like a battle board and then sort of take over different areas. I think this has got like a lot of potential, but it's still got work to do, to be honest. I think it's sort of one of these things where this mode of gameplay is good, but not great. I'm glad that they're actually focusing on it, because I think it's got an option. Like, there will be a time when I think it will be very, very good, but it's just at the moment it's just not. And it started off being really, really poorly. Like, I was so looking forward to it when it first came out, and I think they rushed it a little bit initially, and sort of gives you a bit of a negative feel about what's going on with that one. I'll just go back out. But the new one that they've brought in, which is quite cool, it's this Crusade. It's a preview of the Crusade build, where essentially, so in Crusade, you'll take a force on a fight across numerous planets, each one teeming with enemies who long for your destruction. Rewards and experience earned along the way will grant powerful bonuses to support your campaign. This is a crusade without pause or mercy. A single defeat will mark the end of your journey. So glory and a new army await those who are victorious. So it's essentially like a progression type game where you just move through randomly generated planets, essentially for the fight. The planets themselves are like the battle maps themselves. Again, are something in the game that I hope that they have a better look at some point in the future. But essentially, we can sort of choose any of the factions that we want to then go and play, and then we just go through and sort of move our way forward. So we can go through and actually create our own army with the different points, up to 1,000 points by the looks. So we've got the Blood Angels back in through here. I don't know if we can actually. I guess we can pick and choose. So there's a few here that I will be happy to play. Happy to play the Blood Angels, which is sort of like the default faction. Tyranids not so much. They're a bit basic. They're sort of essentially like a faction that, in fact, if we have a bit of a look through there, interesting units, but it's all about just charging in to a large degree. So the Tyranids don't really interest me that much. The Necrons I absolutely love. These are this is such a cool faction. The acting and the graphics in this game, like the voice acting and the graphics in this game are awesome, and the Necrons I do really quite like. So that's my favourite faction. The Adepta Sororitas have got like an interesting sort of way of operating. They actually have got a essentially when they start to take damage, they end up becoming more religious, and so it sort of does them. They do a little bit better the more damage that they actually take, but it's also they're a bit difficult, so they're not my favourite faction. They're not like I quite like the Blood Angels, quite like the Necrons. 50-50 on the Adepta Sororitas, sort of negative about the Tyranids. Chaos Demons I'm also fairly negative about. Don't really like these ones. They just don't gel with me. The Orcs are difficult. These are very much a short range faction, and so they don't really suit my style of play either. So I find these very hard to play, just because you've got to sort of rush forward. So it sort of doesn't. I don't really work that way. The Tau are relatively new, and so they've actually sort of come in. They've got a whole range of different things. They're pretty good actually, but I'm not really all that used to them. And the Astra Militarum is the latest of them, and so this one here is one that people actually really struggle with, but I quite like it. And this is very, very long range as well. Like it has like a good long range ability, but then you need to sort of rush in and do different things with your short range aspects. So I think for me, the choice I'm going to be picking between will be Blood Angels, Necrons, Tau, and Astra Militarum, but I'm not sure which one I'll actually go with. Hi Brian. Brian's saying, do you know if they call it a bug? Because the very first computer problem was because a bug landed on one of these giant computers back in the 1940s and caused a problem. Oh, really? Really? I didn't know that. That's interesting. There you go. So a bit of history. I can imagine that actually. I can imagine that being the case. So what I think we'll do is maybe we'll just do a random number generator, and just between 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just see what we actually end up getting. There's no random that you can choose, but that's okay. So we'll just go back out to here and random number. All right, so we should just get a generator. Max will be 4. And we'll see what we end up getting. So between 1 and 4, generate. We got a 4, Astra Militarum. All right, so we'll play Astra Militarum. As long as you guys are happy with that. I know that Astra Militarum is sort of okay. So there we go. Dapper Fox is saying my votes are for the Tau or Astra Militarum. So Astra Militarum is one of these factions that, as I said before, people actually complain about it because it sort of works like it's actually difficult to play. Like and it is a hard one to play, but there's ways of doing it. So we'll go through that as well. We'll go with the Astartes difficulty, and through here we can't actually pick Lieutenant at all at this early stage. This is like a preview build of the Crusade mode, and I will allow them to fight against allies as well. Although if I turn that off, we're then going to we then won't fight against the Adepta Sororitas or the Blood Angels. But I think I'll keep it on. I think I'll just keep that one on. The war zones, there's 2 war zones in here. I don't know what these do, so I've got no idea what the war zone is, or how this one actually sort of then operates. I don't know if it's the planet that we start on. I'm not exactly sure how that one does work. So we've got mechanized assault in through here. We don't have any other options to sort of play with the actual start kit of who they actually are. So
So Waterproof is then saying Imperial Marine, the Emperor protects. Yeah, these are interesting but difficult. So we'll go and launch. Here we go. This is a beautiful looking game. So Straight Business is saying I like Astra, and yeah. So Sci-Fi Snob saying this is why this show is so popular. It can be entertained and informed. What's that one there? That's why this show is. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry, with the actual with the history. Sorry, I'd already forgotten about the history. So the way this works is that we end up essentially with, this is Warzone Baal, and we've got planet 1 of 3. We've got to get through the planets to actually win the campaign, and so we're starting off with Tyranids by the looks of things. Now, are we happy with going up against Tyranids? This first planet is going to be battle after battle of Tyranid fights, where they have like 700 in the first one, 800, 900, 1100, and then we have a boss battle there of 1500. So I think even the number of these is random. I might just go back out and because the Tyranids, as I said before, they're fairly basic. Do we want to play them? I think I'd prefer to play one of the other factions, to be honest. Let's just go back out to the main menu again and just start another one of these missions, because it will sort of generate like a so we've got a themed planet. We'll just go back to new campaign, Crusade, Astra, everything else is fine, launch. Alright, now we've got the Chaos, again I hate the Chaos Demons, I just really don't like them. So go back out, still get something else other than Chaos Demons. Even if we get Tyranids again, I'll play that. I mean, we could get them on the second planet, but we just don't know. We'll go back to Crusade, launch. Oh, now I chose the wrong. Now I've got the Blood Angels. Damn, we'll get there eventually. We'll get there. Yeah, we're back to Tyranids anyway. So we'll just go back to main menu. Sorry, guys. Don't want to rush too fast. If you're new to the game, like the Chaos Marines are like a very, very good to learn the game with. They've sort of got like a really good balance of what they can then go and do. So Astra Militarum, then we click launch. Oh, there you go, Seeking Meta, so that tells you how old I am. I actually was coding back in the days of punch cards. Wow. I remember seeing them, but I don't remember much about them, to be honest. So who we got this time? We got the Adeptus Sororitas. This will be interesting. So it's actually like almost like a civil war in this case. So Warzone Baal, we've got 5 steps to get to this first one. The first one, the Adeptus Sororitas, have got like 700 points. So the battles take place between armies of points. So if we go back to army management, we've got HQ upgrades, by the way. This is actually how we upgrade our group. At the moment, we have no points to spend. So we've got the points in through this other side, and then we actually, as we earn them, we can then start to sort of go and get different types of units or different types of abilities. So we'll, as we open them up, that'll be fine. The better we do, the more points we're going to then go and get. The army management is actually sort of what we can then do with our army. So this is we can have up to 1,000 points at this point in time. So we've actually got like 300 more than what the enemy will have. So who have we got at this point in time? I've got the this one over here is a Cadian Sergeant. These all have different abilities. Now I've only got 10 points left over, but I might just see if I can actually upgrade any of my units straight away. We've only got one of these, and you really want to get like a bunch of these together if you can. So these are the heavy weapon squads. Heavy weapon squads have sort of work well if there's a few of them together. And this is actually where people, I think, struggle a little bit with knowing how to make use of these. Having only one of them is not fantastic. These are 100 points to grab one of these. This is 10% of our overall, of what we can actually bring in is made up of these. Loadout is just heavy weapons. We've got the missile launcher, the crack launcher. We've got the frag launcher in through there. You've got either one of those. Got setup. Yeah, it's the setup is the actual key to playing with that one. To bring more of those in, I've got 4 of these guys. And this is the Cadian shock troops, which are really shitty. Like really shitty. We do start off with a Lehman Russ battle tank, which we actually don't have access to. So we don't have access to that one just yet. So this is going to be very important that we don't lose this one. We do actually have the armored sentinels. I'd much prefer to be getting rid of some of these and putting in a, how much do we have to get rid of to get another one of those back in? We do actually have the Chimera as well, which is the transport. We've got 1 transport. This is our commissar. We don't have him in the battle yet either. Well ordered. Yeah, I've only got the 10 points to play with. Sometimes you can sort of choose what the loadout is going to be. We don't actually have the turret variants yet with these because we need to unlock them. So this is essentially this is our main force. I think we're just going to have to deal with what we have. The Chimera, I don't even have different loadouts here, but I will eventually get different loadouts for these different vehicles. So yeah, 8 armor is good. These are crappy. Only 2 armor, 4 movement points. So these I can afford to lose. So I can afford to lose those. Don't really want to be losing the scouts. These are incredibly important when you're playing as the Astra Militarum. But initially we're just going to have the Lehman Russ is going to be the big guy. Yeah, 9 armor, which is good. Okay, well let's just get into it. We're not going to flick these around. I do have reserves as well where I can sort of start to move things in. Now the sergeant is 80. What does he do? Well ordered. Creating a battle line. When they're connected to an HQ officer at the start of the turn, units in a battle line will earn momentum. It's not fantastic. Embedded officers, infantry officers gain +10 evasion when adjacent to friendly infantry units. And then we've got the Vox linked. So units that start their turn in a battle line with the Cadian sergeant receive +5 evasion. So this is important to just keep him sort of central. Take aim, so friendly infantry units within 1 tile receive an offensive bonus. And so again, if he's in and around these guys, that's going to work out okay. They really are the only infantry we've got. They're just really, really crappy, that's all. I mean, they're cheap as well, which is not too bad. So let's actually just, let's just go back out from there. There's nothing much we can then go and do with this one, so we'll just go and click on done. I think we'll just start the first battle. So we've got our 1,000 points against their 700. Victory rewards are that we end up with more shock troops, another armoured sentinel, and another chimera. So like a transport. The HQ tokens we're getting through here is 2. Requisition rewards for 170. That's going to be sort of how we can then add on to the army itself. So we'll proceed. We don't want to be losing too much because we do have like requisition points what we have to spend. So we have to get through this one without many losses, and this is actually the key to playing any of these games with the BattleSector, in the BattleSector area. So I'll just get myself a drink of water while this loads in. So it's building a random map. The random map generation is not great, to be honest. It's sort of, it could be a lot better. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what we're doing first. And so this first one is just a target of 80 points. There does have all of these little areas. So let's just see if that's actually got zones on the map that we need to go and take. Oh yeah, that's them there, I think. I think that's them there. Let's have a bit of a look around and just see where they all are. So we've got one off this side, one off this side. But we should be able to use attrition here as well to win. Not seeing it on this side. Maybe that's not it. The target of 80 is usually that usually just means attrition. I'm not seeing anything else on the map that's going to. I don't think they're actually controllable areas, so I'm not sure why they've got the points in through here. If we go and click on, oh yeah, no, they are there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there is one up the top there. All right, then we've got one nice and close. Okay, and where's that one? Right at the back. All right. So there is actually a progression that we'll need to go through. So we will have to split up our forces to take these on. So let's have a look at our actual forces that we actually have in through here. So we've got our scouts in this side, the armored sentinels. These are really important because they're flamethrowers. So we need to sort of make use of those. The Lehman Russ and even the Chimera are great. These have got heavy flamers. These have got these are more long range. The Lehman Russ battle tanks, but these guys here with they're only plasma cannon. That's different. They used to be that, like, I'm used to them using a flamethrower. So the plasma cannon is going to be a bit different there again as well. So we'll have to sort of figure that one out. Shock troops. Again, these are expendable. The rest of them really aren't. And then the heavy weapons squad, I need to actually position this one somewhere where we can cover multiple areas. So I'm thinking probably in around here somewhere will be the optimum. So it means we're going to sort of set up our main force in around this other side. So we'll go with the Codians there. I'll swap the Sentinel with that one. I'll get the heavy weapons squad at the back there. The Chimera, I'm going to load in. I shall keep the Sergeant at the back. We'll load in more of the shock troops back into here. Now, I think we can load in 2 of those. The Lehman Russ, I'll just keep sort of fairly central. I'll keep one of the... just move it this way. And I'll keep those 3 on this side just to try to sort of take this particular location. Again, the attrition is really going to be very important, but if I can take those locations early, that would be good. So we'll see how we go. So we'll just go and proceed. Might even move these shock troops up. In fact, I might just change this a little bit around. And just do it this way. All right, so back with the Chimera, we'll just go and load them in.
Moving to the battle line.
So with the Chimera, I think we've got two slots we can place in there.
What next, sir?
Oh no, we can only put the one in.
Transport awaiting orders.
Maybe the Sergeant. Yep,
I'll
Sergeant
stand
can
in
go
their
on
way
board.
if I have to.
Now you can see there the little symbol showing across here is that the Sergeant has essentially been in contact with these guys, but not these guys over here.
Armored Sentinel ready.
I'm just going to move this one up.
Sentinel on the move.
When we're here, we can interact. I'm just going to go and position it so that we're looking back out, so they will then scout. All right, that gives us one of these. So we've now captured that one. We now need to go to the other side. So we need to get across to this one here, over here. This one's quite a way away. I want to keep the, like this one's got reasonable attack ability, so I'm just going to keep that one where we can then spot it. Getting these 2, I think, is going to be the important thing. So where this one is right now is going to be basically the where we need to be sort of coming in with the forces. So what we'll do here is just put this one into Overwatch, and I'll put it down so that it's actually got an Overwatch about there, I think. The Sisters of Battle are going to have like a fair amount. I think that was done. Was that done? So it's going to take that zone. They can walk through the middle here. Not that that's going to really worry me too much.
Heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons I need to position down, so I'm not going to even leave them with a with any sort of extra shot. I'll just move them across all the way to here because we need to move them
Let's move.
forward. We also have to watch that there's nothing coming in from the side. So because I don't have a move, I'm just going to move that one.
Killing blow, yeah?
Just so we look across this way. Is that too loud? The voice? I think it's okay. I'll just reduce it slightly here. Now the Chimera can move a long distance, so I'm going to position that all the way out to here. So I'm going to initially rush and then turtle. The fact that we took that one straight away, I'm going to rush these back the other side.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Now the Lehman Russ eventually will end up with multiple attacks per turn. So I'm just going to keep that one sort of just looking the other side. Actually, maybe even just going straight through the middle here. That will then just go into automatic Overwatch.
Awaiting your orders.
Shock troops aren't going to be. There's nothing going to be coming close enough, I don't think, initially. And I think I'll actually just move everything across this way now.
Lining up, sir.
The fact that we got to that one straight away, I can then move this one back out around or across the front. So now moving over. There shouldn't be anything coming back this way, but just in case, we've just got to keep on looking everywhere. So we'll end our turn there. Now we do have Overwatch and confirm.
Watching this area.
Quarry spotted.
Here we go. We're hearing things
Target
from the back.
Quarry spotted.
We're hearing machinery. It's getting close. So we've got 5 command points captured. So the furthest we heard them was here. So the battle will be for this one. By the looks, they may take these straight away. So they were definitely coming through here. That was where we heard machinery. So what we need to do is we do need to get these guys down into a better position. Let's get the group out of here. That's the Vanquisher. Oh no, that's okay. Let's just move these up and sort of get them into position. So we do have a bit of time here.
We'll get you there.
Now I'm going to disembark. This is the sergeant. This is the shock troops. I'll take the sergeant out of here and get them on that
Waiting for orders, sir.
on that slot.
Orders understood.
And then we'll interact. And then capture. Now he can get back on the vehicle. So can he get back this turn? No, he can't. Not this turn. Okay, so with these guys, we'll just sort of keep that looking forward because they will be coming through here. The scout, I'm going to move this one up just so we can start to try to see things. I've got a little bit of protection in around these things, not much. That's going to be the better protection. Is going to be back over there. So yeah, I don't want to be getting too far away from my support.
Whose day are we ruining today?
Let's bring the Lehman Russ through. This will be where we sort of start from.
Understood.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
We don't want to be blocking each of the shots either of the different units. So there is actually sort of a thing where they can get in each other's way. So I'll take the Overwatch out to there.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
You can see there, see how this one's got much greater range. Even the Overwatch is even beyond what it can see. Yeah, I can't really do much with that one. If I click on the Overwatch, I might even send that one forward one more. Because what that will then do is I can then use this for spotting for the...
I've got it from here.
so I'll just get it so it's looking at this area through here. That will then allow the Lehman Russ to attack a little bit more effectively. So we've still got an overwatch there as well, which I'll position there. Okay, then we've got the shock troops. Again, they're not going to be able to get a shot, so I'm just going to move them to their limit. So we're going to use the extra action point. Thanks for the subscription there, Waterproof. Very, very much appreciated. The heavy weapons squad again is what I need to do here is to actually bring them in where we can get some good, meaningful sort of shots between these different zones, I think. These won't be the reason we win, but setting them up correctly has a massive benefit. I think that's where people get a bit confused about how to use those. So I'll just move all of these up. I'm better off trying to keep everything looking at each other, so I can go this way. Now there was another one. Where are they? There's one there. There's one there. That's too dangerous for me though. So I'm actually going to move back, and and with the force that we actually have, I should be able to scoot around the front rather than going through the back.
Sentinel on the
Let's
move.
risk it. Let's risk it. Just in case, we'll put this one into Overwatch as well. I mean, if they do come in force, we're not very well prepared just yet. We'll make this where we fight our battle, I think. So I think where that will sort of then take place. So you can see through there, the target is 80. We're on 5 at the moment. We're going to keep on getting more and more of these. Even if we can get this one here, we're going to then ultimately, we'll get to the 80 before the enemy. So we don't have to go crazy with this. So we'll Overwatch and confirm again.
Command wants this area secured.
Here they come. And we're hearing, definitely, yeah, there we go, they've captured that one.
Eyes up! Hostiles nearby!
All right, there we go. So we're up to 15 already. So we've got to get to 80. Proceed this one. It's much more strategic than what it was with what actually happens through here. I'm going to now keep them on the ground because we now know where they are. Like they're right there. So this next round is going to be where things start to sort of get a bit more interesting. There's still this central one that we didn't hear any noise around this one. I can afford to give them that. I just can't afford to give them this. We're now ahead of the game here a little bit. So we can expect to see them coming through here. So all we need to do is we need to get our scouts out to that sort of point.
Sentinel on the move.
They're more likely going to be coming from the other side. Okay, let's move all the way up with the scout and put this one into Overwatch against those against these areas here. I'm sort of assuming they're going to come through the middle here. They may come around the outside. The Lehman Russ, we need to now get into a position where see how when it gets into there, it's not effective in these squares when I go to there, and depending on where I place it, it's going to have a different ability. So I'm going to go and place it over here.
Rolling out.
But it doesn't see as far. It's not pulling back the fog of war. So my most effective attack is still actually across this front, not so much around the outside. So I could actually I can manipulate the Overwatch to be across there, which is actually good. That's probably my best damage is right there, but this isn't too bad. I'll just I'm hardly sort of hitting the sides there, so I'm gonna go out to here. Actually, I'll go out to there.
Watching this area.
So they'll go that side. Now this one here. At the moment, the this one can actually now go back in and get into close proximity of the other force. So I'll move this one up now, just on its feet. That's the sergeant, and you can look across that way. And we're just going to Overwatch. Very, very low range Overwatch, unfortunately, with the sergeant.
Command
So
wants this area secured.
the sergeant's going to have to move forward. I'll talk about the
Chimera transport ready.
different bits and pieces when we get close enough to it. I'll bring the transport out. Because it's got the heavy flamer, this sort of works very, very well in conjunction with the long range guys.
We've got your firepower.
You know, I'm happy enough with what we get. You can see there the terrain gets in the way there a little bit, and then the Lehman Russ gets in the way there as well. I'm just trying to think of which one's going to be the best spot for me. I think here.
Pack it up and let's move.
Let's actually move that one into there. Now we're going to set up, and so I think where a lot of people don't use these effectively. These you can use them on the ground like this, but this is not the best way. So the best way is to actually go into the setup phase. So it converts all of the units' remaining movement points into stacks of setup. Each stack of setup provides +5 accuracy and +1 range stability. So stacks up to 6 times. If stacks are lost, all stacks are lost if the unit moves. And so once you set them up, you don't really want them moving off. And I just wonder whether we maybe don't start the next one up. It's going to be one of these things. We're either going to be fighting back here, in which case we want them to be able to do their attacks where they are right now, or will we benefit by going one up? And I think we're actually okay. So let's go and use a setup in here. So we'll just go and place. Actually, we don't actually have any more movement. So in that case, I will move them up. I'll move them up to here. That's also going to put them in contact with the sergeant. So they don't have any Overwatch because we used that particular move.
Transport awaiting orders.
And I am going to want this transport sort of ready, but I'm just going to keep this one out on its own to start with. So I can't do anything else with that one. I'm going to get these troops coming through the middle here. And I will put them into Overwatch. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that, but let's just do the Overwatch for there as well.
Wait.
And then we've got the sky. And I don't want to go out into the front, although it would be very, very handy to know what's coming in on the side. So maybe we do. Maybe we just go a little bit further up. I can always just turn and have a look to see if
Search and destroy.
it spots anything.
Sentinel on the move.
All right, we'll keep them having a bit of a look around in this angle, and then we'll just do Overwatch there as well. I'm pretty sure we're safe there,
Kill or be killed.
so that will be the Overwatch for that one. All right, so the 2 Sentinels are in advance. These shock troops need to move up with the others. Now, this is where the anything that starts next to or touching contiguously with the Codians, even actually diagonally as well, with the sergeant, will then be in this battle line. And so it gives them a bit of a bonus. It's not dramatic, but the more I can have actually grouped together, the better this will then be. All right, so we've got only one of them has been captured by the AI at this stage. We'll end our turn.
Keeping watch.
Here they come. They're coming in from the flank. That's definitely tanks. There we are. Transport. So up to 25 already. All right, let's see what we're dealing with in through here. So this is actually a Rhino. So the Rhino is carrying, they've got one group there. So this has actually got 350 health. I'll start to now explain how the combat works in the game. And so in this case, we've got this is, so from the other side, they've got the Rhino. It's 350 health points. It's using the Storm Bolter, and we can sort of see there it does sort of 18 attacks when it shoots. Base damage is 3 to 4 ballistic. Armor piercing is only 1, which is fine against infantry. The range is 1 to 6. The optimal is 4, so it does want to get in fairly close. I don't know if I can put the grid on. Just see if it's got grid. No. Change facing. No, that's not it. Just see if I can find where that is. Got photo mode. Just press escape and have a quick look at the controls. Actually, that's not bad. I'll throw that one on as well. There is actually rebind controls. There we are. So, to show grid, I think it makes it easier to sort of explain what things are doing. Can't see it there actually. That's interesting. Change facing was G. That wasn't showing the grid at all. Let's click on done there, and done there as well. Under graphics, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. But normally there'd be like a keyboard there for it. So full screen. We've sort of got like no, not there. Not there. Camera, sound. Yeah, I'll just keep that where that is. So yeah, I'm not sure. I thought there was a grid. Maybe there's no grid. I mean, you can sort of pick it like once you sort of start to do things. So the Rhino is in and around the corner. It's only got a range of 4, so essentially it's going to. If we go and have a look at what else it can then go and do. So this has got the Storm Bolter in through here. Actually, there must be a grid actually, because the grid. Well, I guess if we can look at it from this way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really not able to, like at this stage, it's not a threat, but it could have other units on it. So I can actually get to this one now and take this as well. So I'm going to go and do that one with these shock troops. So we'll right click, move them across. So we interact with that one. These ones have still got an action point, so I'll now just put them into Overwatch from this side. This is where they become a lot less, like they can, this is bad for them, this is better, this is the best. You can sort of see through the colours through there. So the reason for that is that they're actually using a las gun. And you'll see there the range of 1 to 6, the optimal is only 3. So when I hover over the actual gun, see how it's highlighting that sort of bright yellow? That's the best, and then it sort of tapers off from there. We also have a frag grenade that I can actually make use of as well, which deals a lot of splash damage, so this is good against infantry. But the las gun is not going to do much damage, but that's my optimum, so I'm just going to go and place that as what I then want to go and deal with. Now this one here, I could even sort of race forward here.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
We don't know what we're seeing, what we're going to see up this way. That Rhino is the furthest, like it's a transport, so it moves quickly. Like if we have a bit of a look at it. It should have, and it's only got 4 move points. That's interesting. But it does have very, very high armor. So it will come in. The ideally we want to use the Lehman Russ to take that one out. The Lehman Russ, there's only a 35% chance to hit that at this point in time. With where we actually are, which is not great. So I don't really want to be sort of doing that with the Lehman Russ. By the way, see how these were all touching, and now they've all got the this ability. So they've all got the Vox linked. So units that start their turn in a battle line with an officer receive combat bonuses. So they get +5 evasion and +1 awareness cone range as well. So essentially it makes them better just for this period. Yeah, so we've got 3 of them now, which is good. They're on 10. We shouldn't really have a problem. We've just got 1 more that can be claimed. So what are we going to do with this guy? I'm assuming that they're going to be over this way. I don't really want to be forcing things, so I think I'll just move back. I'll let that one go.
I've got it from here.
We'll just watch what happens here. So we'll just go into Overwatch. And again, my optimum here is actually it's across there, so I'll just leave it there. What we first saying, hey Daz, so try pushing the full stop period key on the keyboard.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
No, that's just moving it back.
Heavy weapons.
Yeah, that's just progressing through them. Did you find one there for it? So Grant's sort of saying actually Thomas Edison was using the term bug in regards to telegraph system long before the modern computing. Why no one really knows for sure. There we go. Okay, more history, more contentious history this time. Now on here, all we've got is one group of Cadian shock troops, which they're good for rushing in, but I don't want to, like at the moment I can't get close enough to do anything. So the Chimera will protect it a little bit. Like if we have a bit of a look, we've got better movement with this than the Rhino. The fact that this Rhino has only got 4 movement makes me think that their main army is going to be coming through here. So what we'll do is we'll start to now set up. So the heavy weapons squad, I'm glad I sort of did move it across to here. So we're going to now do the setup in through this other side. So convert all of the units' remaining movement points to set up stacks. So
Setting up and stabilizing.
there we go. So we get extra ranged abilities now with what it does do. So there's no more movement with this one. And so we now actually have a setup of 3. So we've got 15 accuracy and 3 ranged ability. This is the secret of using these guys. And then we want to put the Overwatch where we end up. Now it's, again, we've got different sorts of guns. We've got the missile launcher, the crack. If you're sort of familiar with Warhammer lore, the frag grenade is a frag grenade that's going to essentially do splash damage. You can see base damage 18 to 25, the splash damage of 18 to 25 times 9. So it does a lot of damage against troops. But we're going to now need to be sort of like looking at the crack launcher. So they both actually have the same range. Back through here, the crack launcher is much more. It should have much more armor piercing. So the crack launcher is an anti-tank gun, and so in this case we've got armor piercing of 6. This one's only got armor piercing of 2. So I can't really sort of tell it which one to use here. It will then make its own move around with that one. But I'm going to go and position that to look in this direction. So they're going to be looking this side. I don't think that moving one of these guys in front is going to be a problem. So I'll actually move this guy up 1, just to be in front of those. The Lehman Russ as well, I'm going to be wanting that to be just a little bit further up, I think, just to be able to sort of get the optimum attacks. Now it's got a Vanquisher battle cannon, armor piercing of 8. So this is really the cannon that's going to do the job. In fact, where that is right now, it has very, very good range into there. So so I might leave that one where that is. We've got the heavy bolter, which is much, much closer, and then we've got the las cannon as well, which has got armor piercing of 7. But this one here is the one that we're wanting to use, the Vanquisher battle cannon. So we'll just sort of go that way. I'm just going to stay where I am and just do the Overwatch. The optimum for that is right on where we can see. We actually, so that is essentially the limit there for it. So if the Rhino comes out, we'll at least get a shot in on it. So we'll go that way. The Chimera and these other troops, I'm going to have to start to get them so that they can rush forward. I'll move the Chimera in here, and in fact I might even just move it up 1 more as well. Again, it doesn't have a real lot of potential. If I move these guys up, in fact, what I could do is actually keep all of these moving in with these other guys.
Awaiting your orders.
So I'll just sort of take them bit by bit.
Rolling into action.
Moving
See
to
how
the
we now
battle
got them
line.
all touching through here. That one's now locked in. How do we go back over here? Yeah, that one's now locked in as well. So we're locking in across the board. These guys aren't going to be able to do much.
What next, sir?
Although we do have more movement. But I want them to have the connect. Actually, I might as well
I'll
use
stand
these
in their way if I have
to connect all of these together, which is going to then give them better accuracy. So using the commanders with the Astra Militarum is really, really important. And so I can now sneak up one more on all of these.
Awaiting your orders.
What that also then does is it gives me a little bit extra that I can do over this way as well. Now I've got, you see how I've got, like, with these, they've got a movement of 4. Hang on, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it must have been 5 at the start that we actually had with these guys. Is that right? Yeah, no, it was 5 at the start. Now, I just wanted to see if there was anything in behind this one. You can see there that this one has got, like, it's behind full cover where it is, so we want to wait for it to come back out. But I don't want it where it is. I'm going to then move this one back as well. And I'm thinking I actually leave it back to where it started, because we are still spotting, we can still spot that area there. And I'll put the put this one into Overwatch. Also, just on that corner there, I think. So even though it's not fully effective, I think it's still the better way to go. And then the Chimera has only got like a short range. This has got a multi-laser back in there, which has got a range of 4 as optimum, but it can go out to 8. And the heavy flamer is really, we may have to use this if there's troops. We'll be wanting to sort of rush in with the heavy laser. Remember, we've got one more of these troops on board as well, the shock troops. So we'll be wanting to sort of move them in when we have to do an attack. So let's actually now just go to the Overwatch, and I'm just going to go a little bit further than the optimum. The optimum is right there. I'm just going to go one more beyond that, just to sort of try to protect the forces. I think that's pretty much it. Let's just end our turn there.
We'll light them up.
Overwatch and confirm. Here it comes. Oops, dropping out the troops. It's dropped out a like one of their commanders. Just giving them bonuses, raising faith. God, it's a cool game. It's just, everything's just so a bit different. All right, so it didn't trigger what we had. We're halfway to the victory now.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Now I've got a 62% chance here to hit this one. And that one there, I've got a 47% chance there, 42% chance there. Using crack. If I use the frag, there's no point really. I think I'm just going to keep that one in Overwatch. So they're getting ready to come in. We've sort of captured what we need to capture. I'm going to rush forward again. We've got 5 moves here, so I can move 2. And if I don't see anything, let's just keep on sneaking up to get all the way back to there. I think that's too much. Just make use of the terrain. Okay, so they're obviously sort of keeping their forces together. I think we're going to be fighting pretty closely on the edges of here, so let's just go and start to move these guys up.
Lining up, sir.
Again, if we can just expose, if we can see what's coming using these expendable troops. So not seeing anything. That's interesting. Bring the Overwatch there.
Transport awaiting orders.
A 50% chance to hit there. It's not really ideal. Just trying to make use of the Overwatch. As I move it around, I think you can sort of see where the what sort of interaction we're going to then have. The Rhino is not a dangerous unit. This one here is. Sister Superior, what does she get to do? Movement of 4. She's got a actually we can't see what she's got. Yeah, she's essentially got a chainsword. That's going to be the thing that's going to be the problem. Raising Faith, she's already now played that one. She's got Shield of Faith. I think she already applied that one. Devotion. She doesn't have any sort of way of moving in quickly. So, in reality, the chainsword, we just have to stay 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She can sort of get to there. So I think we sort of stay where we are because we can defend, because we've now got the points, we've got the more than what they've got. I can pretty much just stay exactly here and just allow things to develop. So I'll position that one where we have the Overwatch there again. This guy here as well. Just get more setup. So we're now at maximum, and we'll put into Overwatch into here as well.
Big guns ready.
So we'll keep both of those at that point. I'm going to keep the Sergeant where he is as well, and I'll keep these others.
What next, sir?
I can move that one up a little bit. Chimera can't go any further. That will still connect all the way through with all of these. So we'll keep that where that is for now, and then we'll sort of figure out what to do. We'll just end our turn there. Overwatch for you. We'll go out to that far. This one doesn't have a real big Overwatch.
Command wants this area secured.
It's mainly these two that are the important ones.
Armored Sentinel.
Yeah, so we've done everything we
ready.
needed to back there. All right, we'll end our turn.
First line, wait.
There's more coming. These are dangerous. They can fly. That's cool. It's patrolling. I don't know what it's doing. I think they were blocking the way.
Another threat to grind into the dirt.
Here they come.
Evasive maneuvers.
Okay, they're firing at long range. It's just going to be ineffective. These will be better. They've blocked a lot. Bit of a waste there using the Lehman Russ.
Hostiles!
But minimal damage coming in now. Okay, there's another group there. They'll also launch. Nope, they didn't launch this time. Right, okay, so we'll proceed here. We've only got, they're at 20 points, we're at 55. Nobody's claimed that one just yet.
Sentinel on the move.
I think we're safe enough to take this. Let's just see if there's anything coming this way.
Kill or be killed.
So we can grab that one next turn. Now they're going to be swinging back in again next phase. We only took minimal damage here. Like we've got 350 health points. We're down to 342. This will get rid of one of their groups. I definitely don't want the Lehman Russ doing that, but you know, I mean that's probably what's going to happen. Now we've got a 47% chance to hit here. If I move that one up, it's actually not terrible.
Chimera transport
we do actually have the heavy flamer, and so there's a cooldown of 3 here. And so I don't want to be using that now against this one here. We have this laser is again, it's got a 17% chance to hit because it's now so close. So I need to get some of these troops up. What about the what about you? You've got a if we have a look at the laser through here, the multi-laser. Actually, this one does have a heavy flamer. Oh, sorry, I've still got the Chimera selected. Press escape.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Yeah, I don't have the flamer here. So I've got the plasma cannon, which will do 47% chance. So it should be able to kill this one off to a large degree, or you know, do a lot more damage. So let's just go and fire that one.
Firing on target.
That one's minimal now.
Awaiting your orders.
25% chance if I just move it up. 35, I'll take it.
Evasive maneuvers.
It's gone. So again, I want to keep the line happening here. Only get one sort of action shot with each of these. I'll just keep that one back. Actually, no, that's going to get in the way of my Lehman Russ. So I'll just keep it back that way. Lehman Russ, we're just going to put this one back into Overwatch again for anything that does come back through there. So it's quite like by using the Overwatch effectively, it sort of works. Now we've got maximum set up. We're now I've set up number 6, so we've got as much here as we possibly can get. I've got a 76% chance of actually doing damage to the Sister Superior. I might as well take it because I don't think we're going to be using the Overwatch. So we'll actually do a shot here.
Opening fire.
Bang. There we go. So we took a... Actually, we almost killed her. So that would be... yeah, well, we've got minimal shots now that we have to go and do to get rid of her. Lehman Russ, what else have we got? We've got the las cannon. Yeah, that's worth doing. But the bolter, even the bolter would actually sort of work here.
Firing cannon.
Here we are. And with this one here, I can still put it into Overwatch. So we'll do that. Well, that got rid of one of their commanders, which is always good in this game. Overwatch here. We're anticipating that they will come into this position again, so we'll just go and Overwatch there. I'm going to move this one back slightly, just to because when they do arrive, we'll try to sort of have as many troops. Actually, if I go back to here, I can play defensively here now.
Keeping watch.
Keep the watch there, and
What next,
I'll also
sir?
get this one just across
Moving
to
to
here.
the battle
This will
line.
become more of the target now. Okay, that works.
Armored
It's ready.
Sentinel, ready.
It's all the main players are
Day
now
we ruling today, sir.
ready. This one can't use Overwatch. It's already had its turn, but that was a good shot against the commander. So we'll end our turn there. Those were clean shots. They were indeed. Well, this is actually why the setups. This is the key to these guys here is this setup, and also then having your commanders sort of giving it abilities. They're going back on the Rhino. The Rhino will now move forward and unload. Now they're on foot. They're not going to be a real problem. This is effective. By using the Overwatch at the most effective range as well.
is our prayer.
for more things to come. All right, we're at 70 now. We've got we've got minimal that we now need to get. So it's turn 7 of 8. This will be the next. This will be the last one. Last turn. Let's go proceed. So we'll now move across with you. Feels secure. It feels like it's safe. Interact. Gives us all 4 of those now. I like this this mode of play. Look, it's a big improvement. Just go that way. Really, where we are, like we don't have to do anything here. We're sort of we're ready to roll. That one there, I've got a 63% chance to hit. I don't need to do it. You can see there, it's sort of like partially protected, like with those with that shielding, and same with the Lehman Russ. 63%. It will do damage, but there's no real need to. These guys here, the Sisters Repentia, that are sort of back in this mode, in this side, are sort of moving in, but these are really just sort of like chainsword type units, so they're not really going to be able to do anything. If I move up, in fact, even where we are, now if I move to there, it's most effective.
Lining up, sir.
So I'll move in and finish them off with this.
First line, fire!
That's it, they're done. And I can then just move back. And again, I've got this touching all the points in through here as well.
Emperor and Imperium.
Which is sort of allowing all of these to get the benefit. So we haven't really had to do anything here. I'm just going to leave these now with their different overwatches.
Kill or be killed.
And only the important ones. I'll let the others sort of just do their own thing. Now there was another group which we didn't see. So I'm assuming they're going to be coming in at some stage. If it moves in there, it'll be smacked. That one is still got Overwatch as well. I will actually move this one out so that we end up with a bit more with that one. This one could have been a bit better, just moved up a little bit further forward. But you can see with these, it's important to find a position that you're going to defend and then set them up. So, but you need to keep all the other forces in close proximity. So we'll just
Command wants this area secure.
Overwatch. There we go. So that will be the final turn, but we've already now got the 80 points. There we are, victory. So we pick up the two points in through here. Experience. So the sergeant actually didn't get anything. We got a level up there for the Lehman Russ, which is good, and also one of the shock troops has gone to level 2. No one else has. This is new, actually. I haven't seen it done like this before in the game, so I quite like this, actually, to sort of see what's going on. Commissar. We didn't have a commissar. So, hang on. Is it going... If you just go back to the experience... We had more than... Oh, I've got level 2. I don't know if that means that all of them level up. Anyway, that's all good. Stats, so we can sort of see what actually happened in through here. So the Lehman Russ battle tank, range kills, 100% through there. Heavy weapon squad did an incredible job there. That was really, really good. Enemies dispatched, so just the numbers of those. The shock troops got 2 kills ultimately, which was actually good. And that's the I guess the accuracy, range accuracy. So 45%. That sergeant did have a pop shot at the back end there, and so the different shock troops that we sort of see in through there as well. So one of them ended up with 2 kills, which must be that one's the one that's gone up in levels. All right, that's good stuff. So we'll proceed. So Seeking Matter saying, hey Daz, not to be that guy, but Chimera is pronounced with a hard K. Chimera. Okay, thank you. I'll forget that. I'll forget that within about 5 minutes. I've always called them chimeras. Ever since I don't remember when I first read about them, but it was a long, long time ago, and I've always just read it that way. So I'll forget, I'm sure. I think I've been that's been told to me again. So Tickle My Turnip is saying, what factions are in the game? Well, in the base game, you get the Space Marines and also the Tyranids, which I was wishing there would be more than that in the base game. But I think that the licensing from Games Workshop is very limiting until they start to prove themselves. And then the game, from there, we then have got Sisters of Battle, which we're fighting against right now, Astra Militarum, which we are playing as, the Necrons, the Tyranids are now playable as well, so you can play as them, but that's just part of the base game. So you do want to get some of those DLCs, to be honest. So if the base game on its own is good, but with with getting the other sorts of DLCs, they do actually add a lot with the actual different sorts of forces you can then bring in. So it's So there's, and what else was there? There's another one as well. Chaos Marines. There's a fair few now that have come back into the actual game itself, and they do play asymmetrically. They play quite differently. Tau as well. Yeah, what a Pluphus sensor is saying. So we've got the Tau as well. So that was actually pretty good. So too bad there, Rhino was a bit confused. Yeah, look, I've got to say the AI in the game is not fantastic. It's a bit more like it just rushes forward to a large degree. So if you play defensively, you can usually do pretty well, but you need to have the range or the protection to sort of be able to make use of it. I didn't mind actually seeing that they did stay back a little bit with their forces. So not that we were always going to win this one really. Don't know what that dice is there. Anyway, that's level up there for the Lehman Russ. So what this one does is gives us so we're level 2 now for that one, which is nice. And we've got level 2 here on one of the shock troops. So hang on. Sorry, I've got to proceed. I've got to choose one of these. I didn't actually choose it. So I've got minus 10% cost, plus 40%. Sorry, this one will then be the shots or movement. I'm thinking the that one there. By default, it was the first one. I forget what I did. What the Lehman Russ was. So I've sort of unfortunately I didn't actually do it that one properly. So we've now moved to the first one. We now go to the second one, but we now actually have 170 requisition points we can now go and spend, plus we have 2 tech tree tokens. So we'll go to the HQ upgrades. We've got 2 of these to spend, so I can actually either pick something that comes into effect back over through here. That's for the Chimera, which I'll try to remember to pronounce it that way. So actually I do appreciate people correcting my grammar. It's particularly when I play, these games are fine, but usually when I play like as foreign countries and things, I just can't pronounce any of the words. So what are we going to go with? So I could get the the Rogel Dawn battle tank. So I can unlock that unit for 2. But I can also get the tank commander here for 300 points, which is probably too many points. Now the Codian Sergeant can get an ability here to a friendly enemy units within 1 tile receives a defensive bonus, so +1 ranged armor. That's actually not bad. I mean, he was good in that fight. So I'm thinking that's not bad there. And they've got the Castellan there as well for 180 points. This one here is what's the hit points we have on this one? Actually, no, we don't sort of see that one. This one then brings in a new unit, like a new leader. The leaders are very important in the Astra Militarum. Show them steel, affects all allies within a range of 1 tiles. I'll forget to use that, so I won't bother using that one. Power sword. Take cover. Yeah, there's nothing much else there. So shock troops can then actually have the las gun with a bayonet, which will allow them then to fight fairly effectively. I think that's a good one. The Ogrins here for only 110 points. These are there's only 3 members in this one. These are sort of like much larger units. 4 armor is not terrible. Movement points 4, 1 action point, evasion 5. 110, but I think I'm going to go this way with the. So I'll unlock the bayonets. So we'll grab that one, and we've got 1 more point. I think we'll actually go with the take cover. +1 ranged armor. It's going to be helpful if he's then fighting with the troops. That will give them sort of much better survivability. But the Ogren squad, I'm sort of tempted between that one. I think I'll go this way. So we'll just get 2 abilities rather than any extra units. So we'll just go and confirm this. So we're now down to 0 points, but we've now got 2 of the different areas in through there. So we'll just go and click on done. Army management, we've got 170 points now to spend. So we haven't unlocked anything new here. It's 80 points to bring one of these in. Now we can see how we've now got 1,020 points. It was 990, but with the extra troops that we've got, one of these troops is now going to be level 2. Yeah, that one's level 2. And so it's going to be costing a little bit more points, 45 points. These are the ones. Oh, hang on. No, that's already, they've got the +40 shots. So these are now costing a little bit extra. That's actually the 20 points we actually had. The Lehman Russ. It's momentum gains. God, that was useless. That's not really what I want for that one, to be honest. Anyway, we'll keep going with that one through there. So we have 80 points that I can then go and spend, and so I could go and grab another one of these and throw those into the mix. Which, look, as a support unit, like if we have one group that rushes forward and one group that stays back, and we use these guys, like if I go and add them to the troop, so we end up with 2 of those. There's no cooldown on that either. That's interesting. So we've now used up. We've got 90 requisitions left, and I'll keep them for when we need it. So we'll keep them sort of coming back. Are these all level 2? It's got 95 out of 100 points there. It's still level 1. These are all level 1s, but getting better. 77 points there. Yeah, these have got 0 experience for whatever reason. And we're level 2 there. I think that's okay. Like we'll get to unlock more and more of these over time, but we're now right on our limits. So we've now got 1 extra unit coming back in. If we do lose them in the combat, we have to then go back and use our requisition points to bring back more. So it's that's all fine. Let's just go and click on done. So the next one is this is Rad Zone. I'm not sure what that is. Actually, that's don't know what that one was. This is map is Rad Zone. Objective season control. So we can sort of see the different ones in through there. So I think that last one was season control as well. This one here is map is Bastion, where we've got to eliminate all enemies. Rad Zone in through there. Strategic command. That's actually this might be the central. Claiming a central area, which is a hard one for the Astra Militarum because we don't really have rushy type forces. And finally we've got the boss battle back there. Let's continue on. So the victory rewards. Now actually if we go back and back, just get back out of there for a second, have a look at army management. Our reserve, in our reserves we picked up these as rewards. So I can sort of mix and match these a little bit. So we're picking up. And this will then allow us to get other forces. So we don't just have to bring in the same forces. We can actually just transfer these in and out of the reserves if we wanted to. So we've got the different points there that we can actually make use of. So we pick them up as rewards. And so if we go back across again into this one through here, we pick up 2 heavy weapon squads and another Kydian shock troops. So that's going to be pretty cool, actually, when we sort of go beyond where we are. This one's going to have 100 more points to spend as well, but we're also doing fairly well. We'll just go and proceed. Yeah, so what I'm saying, you have 3 reserves too, it seems. Yes, so those reserves were rewards, and so we'll end up with 6 reserves after this one. And with 100 extra points, I believe. So let it load in. So yeah, I really like this mode of play. Like it does allow you to build the force that you want in your way. And as I said before, each faction plays asymmetrically, so you can really sort of suit the ultimate build to suit your game style. And I'm a turtler, the way that I tend to play these games. So this is Rad Zone that we're actually now in on this particular map. The forces, if we have a look and see what we're actually... Now we've got like a target of 80, so I'm thinking we don't actually have those control points anymore. So there should be a central area, or is it just... there it is there. All right, that's what the objective is. So the way that you win this one is that you can still use attrition to kill off the enemy forces, which is probably going to be the easiest way for us to do it. But we need to get to that zone and control it. Now we saw there that the buildings around it will give cover. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to be able to cover this one at range, like from ranged abilities. So we're going to have to rush forward with everything. Now the slow moving unit that we've got is my heavy weapons squad, and I'll be wanting this one in there. So I'm going to move the heavy weapons squad in with this one through here. One of the sergeants can get in there as well. I'm not sure what the limit is for these. Does I give me... No, there is a way of looking to see what it actually is and how it works. Yeah, no, there's... It says I can change weapons, but I actually don't have any weapons I can change. I've only got one loadout with the Chimera. I nearly keep calling it the other one. These can move faster, so I need to get this one into a position so it can then set itself up. So we'll oops, hang on, let's do it on the side there. So probably our best bet for movement is going to be moving through this central area. So I will actually end up with the one of these guys moving that way, another one moving this way. I'll have this sergeant just walk in. The Lehman Russ is going to be most effective in here. So we'll have that also then just position itself close to the front there. So I'll just move it maybe even back this way for starters. Heavy weapons squad can then get on board. They can then run around. We've got the 4 shock troops. So we need to rush. I'm almost thinking that we move a couple of them forward, like that one and that one, and then we just come back for this one and set it up just so that we can at least actually no, I think I will change this around. Yeah, we'll get the others just coming in on foot. Alright, I think that will do us. The goal here is we have to get to this this central location and then secure it. And it looks like it's in a bit of a difficult position, so we'll proceed from here.
Waiting for orders, sir.
So, here we go. We're going to throw
heavy weapons.
You on board.
Pack it up and let's move.
Sergeant, move in there as well.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Chimera transport ready.
Now, if we try to move through units, you can see that we can't actually move through units. We have to go in and around them. So this is why you got to think a little bit ahead as to how you get around gaps. And we need to get up into here fairly fast. So I'm just going to go and race across to here. I'll just have a bit of a look. There shouldn't be anything too close to where we're going.
Rolling into action.
I'm going to assume that they're not going to be right there, so I'm going to actually move that one more across that way, and so we don't actually have any overwatch.
Armored Sentinel ready.
Sentinel as well, more looking from the side, so I'll just get that one moving up next to it. So these can actually sort of rush, and then we'll get another armored sentinel rushing up through the middle.
Sentinel on the move.
They have done work on the maps actually. These, you know, this is
Awaiting your
good.
orders.
Bring the shock troops in. Again, these are very, very weak. Only 30 hit points per unit. Bring that commander in with them. Actually, can we bring any others that way?
Waiting for orders, sir.
Bring that with that group. Now this one's going to then get in the way of the Lehman Russ, and we need the Lehman Russ to
Rolling out.
be in position. So we need to have numbers inside, and then we need to have protection on the outside. Okay, this is our first see as to what the AI will then be doing. So let's just go across. Actually, it says, yeah, we've got one of our commanders there that can actually still do stuff.
Command wants this area secured.
It's an overwatch. Okay, middle. Yeah. So they're going to be there before us. So we're hearing
Another of them
rhinos.
spotted. Over there.
Right, so that's interesting. Proceed. Now the forces here, I'm going to be wanting to set this one up fairly central. Heavy weapons squad. I think that's a good spot for it. Maybe this side, that way we sort of cover that area. And
Setting up and stabilising.
you had one area there.
Set us up for the killing blow, yeah?
And then we've got the sergeant as well.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Now I'll need to get more forces in, so I'm going to move this one back to pick up more of the troops. Yeah, where can you get to? This one's going to have to come forward. I don't think we're going to have anything we can fire at just yet, so I think I'll move up one more.
Sentinel on the move.
It does just expose things a little bit more. This guy's only got 145 health, so it's not fantastic.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
And again, I want to get this guy up as much as we possibly can. So let's get the Chimera out of there. We'll go this way. Get the Lehman Russ to sort of take that central position. And then the shock
Moving
troops
to the battle line.
moving in with it. So we'll be able to put one of those on board.
Armored Sentinel ready.
Again, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see anything this coming turn, so let's just move up and sort of use our shot to get the extra
What
movement.
next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Yeah, we don't have great movement there.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
So bring that one across. All right. Now we do have Overwatch here.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Just
Command
on
wants
the off
this area
chance that they do
secured.
get close.
Big guns ready.
All right, we'll keep that one there. We'll end our turn. Here they come.
Quarry spotted.
Yeah, we've got limited time as well. We're nearly halfway through. We haven't even got to the zone yet.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Sentinel on the move.
So I want to be
Sentinel
inside
on the move.
the area. With as many of the forces as we can get, particularly these cheap forces.
Lining up, sir.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
I think Overwatch here could be a thing.
First line, wait.
That one doesn't have it, but we need to get those points.
Sentinel on the move.
Set up
Kill
the
or
Overwatch
be
there.
killed.
I want to keep one of these guys back.
What next, sir?
This has got a lot more survivability than a lot of the others.
We'll
We
get you
assume
there.
they're going to come from this corner over here. So we'll get the points, as many points as we can possibly
Carrying
get.
the load.
On your orders.
Transport awaiting orders.
Yeah, that one works. I don't think we need to take from the flank. I think we just need to get into the middle here. We can't get in there in one turn. This one back to just keep these
We've
guys
got
where
your
they are.
firepower.
We're going to I'm just going to go and set up
Setting
again.
up and stabilising.
Let's get them stabilized. With the Lehman Russ, let's get Overwatch out to there.
Watching this area.
Waiting for orders, sir.
So I'm going to keep this commander
Orders
back
understood.
just to look after these groups. We do have the other commander, which was over here. Now they're going to sort of
Awaiting your
start
orders.
away from these. Probably would have been better to maybe have moved that commander up for this turn. But anyway, if we just go across now to the next unused unit, which is just the P command. So that one there, I won't worry about that one. Won't worry about that
Heavy
one.
weapons.
Overwatch hero will worry about. Just go out to there. Just give it specific instructions. Otherwise, it just goes to maximum.
What next, sir?
Yeah, so I don't need to worry about those. Actually, this one here I want to worry about as well, the Armoured Sentinel.
Kill or be killed.
Yep, Then we're back
Awaiting
there.
your orders.
That's all we've got, so that's fine. We'll just allow those to just go into automatic overwatch. Here they come. Now we're hearing some of these are now flying. What are one of them?
Every laceration is penance.
So they haven't seen us. Like they have now, of course, but as they come in, the overwatch that so we've been able to get here before them. So that rush was important. There we go. Bang. Even that one. Doing minimal damage, but
Every laceration is penance.
so there's one that's still functioning. So now we can start to get the points for being in here.
Quarry spotted.
Other Rhino, the commander coming out.
Taking fire.
There's more coming. We've only got 30 hit points for each member of that stack. All right, got 20 points. So at plus 25 allies within control zone, and then we've got minus 5 enemies within the control zone. So we have to keep them out. So we will proceed. So we need to get even more of the forces in, and we need to do even more damage. So the easy one is to move this one up and then kill off this guy.
Moving to the battle line.
Let's do that.
Every laceration is
Oh,
penance.
we didn't get the kill. That is not ideal. Got a 69% chance there. I'm going to go with the frag cannon, which is then going to do a lot more damage. Got the commander over that way there. All right, let's go with the frag. Actually, we need to set up
Setting
first,
up and stabilizing.
just to get the full stability now. So we have also the command abilities in through here, Vox linked. So we end up with just all of these little things help. All right, 85% now. So by setting up, doing the setup there, we've actually now got very, very high high value. Actually, if you just want to have a quick look and see what they've got, they've only got one armor. This Sisters Repentia. So we'll actually target them with the long range, with the frag missile. If I go, there is a way to sort of see what the overall. So hit chance 85%. You can see down through there. Base accuracy 60, setup plus 30, enemy evasion of minus 5. The damage is going to be 18 to 25 times 3, with plus 18 to 25 times 9 splash damage. If I go back to the crack missile, which is the default, it's going to do a lot less. So we're doing it with only 1 splash damage. So I can actually take out individual units. This one would be better against this particular guy, this particular leader. But ultimately, it's the frag will then take out this whole area
Opening
potentially.
fire.
So they've been obliterated by the frag grenade. Sorry, by the frag cannon. Now I could move the Lehman Russ up. I've only got a 46% chance there. I've got a 41% chance there. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to do this or to move it up. If I move it in there, it gives me even more members.
What next, sir?
This one's still actually operational fairly well. 29% there. What's that? That's 27%. Let's finish this one off.
First line, fire!
Alright, so that's been destroyed. Now we know that there's more coming. That's Dominions. So these are more powerful. Sisters of Battle. They've got las guns. So these are long range. Sorry, they've got the Storm Bolter. Yeah, range 1 to 6. So they're not going to be doing... They're going to need to get closer to really make good use of their gun. This group in here, these shock troops. Yeah, they're sending at their level 3.
Awaiting your orders.
Actually, all of these are showing that, which doesn't really mean anything. What I might do is I might move the Chimera up into positions, into these sort of positions. We've got 8 to 11 times 16 with that one.
What next, sir?
That one up.
Awaiting
that one
your
across. I think we moved the. You got these as well.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Let's bring all of these in.
Waiting for orders, sir.
And then we'll bring a commander in as well, just so we get everything sort of touching.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Which will then sort of command all of these. Oh, we're now seeing another one. Sister Superior back in through there. Got some shots there with that one. Nothing much really there.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
I think we bring the Lehman Russ in. Means that these guys aren't going to get as clear a
We've got
shot
your firepower.
next time around. These here, we've got 39% chance there, 55%, 35, 72. Now this is only going to do 1 damage, like to 1 unit, so that's not ideal. The bolter, 46%, where it does 20 times 28. Then we've got the las cannon through there, which is 57% chance there, but with between doing 75. So it's only going to. This one here is more for the smaller forces. I mean, it does give me. Yeah, it's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage there. If we go with the Vanquisher cannon, again, the Rhino is just not powerful enough to really warrant using it that way. 35% just isn't good enough. 57, 35. This one's got 200 points. Excuse me. It's too far away. Back here again, really? Just press escape. 72%. I'll start this way. So let's just go and get this one going. We do actually have the Flamer as well. This is only range 1 or 2.
Supporting fire!
So we got the half its points down. Let's see what happens if we now use these guys. 65%, and then we've got 2 shots there at between 33 and 45.
Firing on target.
Missed with 1. Only got 1 shot in. This one here is also at 52%. If I move it up, it then goes into a better range. So we've got 62% here, 33. I'll take it. Got it. Awesome. That one's down. We'll just move this one back
Sentinel
down
on
into
the
the position.
I've got it from here.
And so these, that one doesn't have Overwatch. That one doesn't have Overwatch anymore. This one still does. So if they move, they get shot. That's not going to be all that effective because this is mainly against armor.
What next, sir? We'll light them up.
If they move into this zone, we'll attack them. Can't do anything. Let's go back further out that way. They're not. There's a here mainly for support. That's about it. Really, everything else is now moved.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Let's move that one up. Right, we've got good numbers now back in this zone, so that's all working fairly well, and we've now got reasonable attrition that's happening as well. Oh, we missed. More of the sort of low-level troops coming in. Darren Bennett saying, "Yay, caught you at last. Love your stuff, Des. Thanks for that." There we go. So when they move into the kill zone, this is where we're going to...
is our prayer.
come in here, you get shot. Now they're going to do some damage because they're going to be close enough now.
They're shooting back!
They are indeed. There we go, 55 points. We're only turned 5. I think we get bonuses for finishing early if we can. So there's not too many enemies that we have to worry about here. What I don't want to do is be losing units. So, but they're not even close at this stage.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Lehman Russ 35, 33, 27. These just get the Storm Bolter. 29%, 48%. Let's just use the Storm Bolter here. So we've got 28 shots with the Storm Bolter. I don't know if I'm explaining how these things work all that well, but when we have a look at it, essentially it's a range of 1 to 8. Optimal is 4. So these are pretty much ideal for using the Storm Bolter here. Base damage is 6 to 8 as well. Armor piercing is 3. So if whatever these guys have got, if I just go and click on those, they have got 4 armor. So they've got a little bit of armor protection. So we don't do quite the damage that we would have done before. So this reduces the damage taken from enemy attacks. The effectiveness of armor is decreased by the weapon's armor piercing. So as you can see there, it's got like, so the armor that it actually does have is going to be protecting this particular unit with these dominions. So with our Storm Bolter, when we have a look at it, we can then sort of see what the results are going to be through here. So base accuracy 85. The enemy doesn't have, the enemy's got, it says negative 16 evasion, cover penalty of minus 30. So I'm not sure where that's showing up. So that's it through there. The armor is not actually taking any sort of role there. Your damage will be, here we go. So instead of it being the standard 6 to 8, because of the damage, armor piercing versus armor 4, so it's down to 5 to 7. So it's a little bit less, but we still have the 28 shots. So 90% effectiveness. Critical hit chance there of 3%. This is all the stuff. Cooldown of 2. So I can sort of now shoot at this particular unit using the Storm Bolter. So there is a cooldown using the actual Storm Bolter itself.
On the way?
And these are much more powerful. Like these have actually got 70 hit points for each unit. We kill one of them, but there's still more there. So what we end up having here is we've got Sisters Repentia, which we will have to kill off. Now these guys have got the chain gun, I think. Yeah, so they've got essentially a chain gun. I'll be wanting to kill those off. 49%, 41% through there again as well. If I go and click on this one, we can sort of see that there's like a cover penalty of 15 because of this guy.
Sentinel, ready.
That one's got a 51% chance with only 2 shots, so it's going to do not enough damage. There's nothing much else coming really. 29% there. If I just move back out and have a look at what the weapon can then do, it is 61% there. This one may now have opened up. We no longer have that, we're no longer shooting past this, so we don't have that problem. So we now have better shots with the las guns against these guys. And if we have a just hover over that one, it's pretty much optimum. So I can if I move up, I can sort of see where my best shots are. So even if I move up to there, I'm not really gaining anything, so I'll just go back and shoot this one.
Suffering is our prayer.
So we've wiped out that group. So it's one less group that we have to now consider. Now the reason that I wanted to get rid of that one, I should have explained that, is because I want to use the flamer here. So we've got the heavy flamer, which will do a lot of damage to everyone in the stack. And if I move it in with any unit that's got like a chain gun, they're going to be I can't then move away easily. So with this particular group, it's got Storm Bolter. So it can't do a melee attack, so I can actually just move this one up into, say, this position. And the optimum range for this is to use the flamer at 1. So I can now do an attack this way. If there was one in behind it, actually I could have gone to there and then shot both of these. But I'm going to now just use the flamer this way. It did damage to everything in the stack, and so these have now taken like a big beating. This one here has still got a shot. You've still got a shot. You've still got a shot. So I move the Chimera across to. We do actually. That was a special attack, so I still actually have a shot here as well. But we now actually have a range. If I go to here.
Rolling into action.
And again, they don't get a reaction shot because they don't have melee.
On it.
And then if I have a look, I've got 16 shots here, doing 8 to 11 at 42% chance to hit. So again, we can sort of click on that if we wanted to sort of see the damage. Two units left. So we'll now just go back in. We've still got this guy as well. 28%. Going to do minimum damage here. We don't need a hell of a lot though. That one's already fired.
Awaiting your orders.
It's 51%. That's pretty the better shot. So you can see through here that the damage we're going to be doing is very, very low because of the armor. We've only got armor piercing of 1 against armor 6. So they've actually got a special ability that's actually now fired in. If we have a look at what they've got, their armor is now 6 because they used something else which has given them extra armor. Shield of Faith. So they're getting an extra plus 1.8 protection. So armor piercing is going to be the better option for me. This one here has got an armor piercing of 5. So doing the damage here, we've got 51% chance to hit. 2 shots. There's a chance here I can kill them off. I mean, these guys could still actually do the job. 41%. I'm better off moving
Lining
up.
up, sir.
Let's just go for it.
Suffering for him is an honor.
There we go. We did it there with those units. We'll move back. And we're not seeing anything else really coming. So I do actually have a shot there. Look, I'll take that shot and see how we go. Bang, there we are. Well, that was worth taking. So I don't think we've got much else that we have to really worry about. So let's just, this one
Heavy
here.
weapons.
Got the crack grenade, the crack launcher. It's out of range. Let's go and put an overwatch down. I think it does have an overwatch. So just press the P key.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Just protect the zone that we've got here.
Command wants this area secured.
Yeah, we've got lots of shots that we can make use of. So the objective here is just to basically, is to win this one. So if that one's okay, just leave that one where that is. And yeah, that's all we've got left. So we'll just end the turn there. Jeez, that's bad missing.
Taking fire!
There we are. So we win. We win that one. I like the different modes of play. Okay, so I'll just read a few more of the comments there. So we've got the Clancy Swain is then sort of saying, hi Daz, are the DLCs just for you to be able to play as a faction, or do you also need the DLC to play against the DLC factions? I actually don't, I think you have to have them to play against them, I think. I'm pretty sure they're not part of the base game. I can experiment and I can save it and turn them off and just see what actually happens if you like. And because it's a good question, that one, and I'm actually not 100% sure. So yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys just want me to just spend like a couple of minutes just to go back out. We got 3 of those that time. Experience. Oh, level ups, heavy weapons squad, armored sentinel, Chimera. The Lehman Russ didn't, but nearly 98 out of 100, so we're close there as well. That was good. And the stats in through there as well. I won't worry too much about those, but that was good. Okay, so we won that one fairly easily. So level up. So the heavy weapon squad. Now I have to choose what I get through here. So I can get plus 10% ranged accuracy, which would be very, very good. Evasion or the overall cost minus 10% to actually bring more of these units in. I think the accuracy, the armored sentinel. Here we've got movement. The movement is the key thing with these guys. We've got hit points per model or damage. Let's go with movement. And then we've got the shock troops have actually now leveled up a second time, so we can't make use of that one. Movement or the melee armor piercing. More going to be movement. I think will be the most valuable of them. Immune to melee zones of control. Actually, this is now I've got another one, another level up for these. Level 4. This is good stuff. Actually, I really quite like this. Plus 40% range damage. I'll go that way. And then we've got the Chimera, which has got the extra movement at the cost of armor. Don't know if I like that. I like the movement, but I don't like the lack of armor. This one here is momentum gains, which is not really all that valuable. -1 maximum range as well. No, I'll go that way. I will go the movement. Proceed. Right, so yeah, they're quite cool actually. Those little additions, just the way it sort of tweaks it. It really does change, I guess, the flavour of the game. What I will do is I will save it and just so we can sort of see what's going on. So I'll just save it over there. When was that? Oh, that was a while back. I'll save that one. Confirm. Just see if it's there. Yeah, it is there. That's fine. Good. Go back out. I'll actually quit out. Go back to the main menu, confirm, and I'll just quit out of the game and just see if I turn off the DLCs. We'll just see what it end up. I think I can turn them off. If I just get out of there. So with the yeah, so let's just see what if we go back and turn off everything. It should only be the Tyranids that we end up getting to fight against, I think. So we'll just go back to Steam in here. Oh, Steam Summer Sale has started. I thought it was starting next week. So that's actually, but it's there for a couple of weeks. So I was going to go through, have a bit of a look at that. I'll look at that later. So it's happened while we've been live. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Go back to the library, BattleSector. And properties, is it manage? DLCs, no, properties. DLC. So this is the, there's a fair bit of DLC that's been added into the game. So I've got elite packs and stuff like this as well, which sort of just add more different types of things. But if I turn them all off, I hope it's not going to have to reload things if I when I do come back in. So I'll turn off all of the DLC. And go back and play. So hopefully this will work. So Nolak is saying, I've played against the Corn Demons as opponents a number of times, even though I don't have the DLC. Yeah, I think that may be an exception because they're part of their planetary supremacy. So I think that's different. So if we go into new campaign, I'll go into Crusade preview. Yeah, so these are all now locked away, so I don't get to choose those. Now the fact I've got the DLC, I'm not even sure if they're going to be the. So I've only got Blood Angels of Tyranids to play as the base game. I'm sort of hoping that that's not going to be what we come up against. Let's just actually what we can do here is we can just go back to new campaign, and we'll go to planetary supremacy. And in this case, hang on, because I've got the DLC. It's showing up. Unfortunately, I can't really test it with what I've got. I don't think that these are. You can fight against them. I don't think they can. I think you can fight against the Tyranids and the Chaos Demons. I think that they're the ones that it will come in, but I'm not 100%. It was a good question, but unfortunately, it still knows I've got the DLC. So I'll just go back in and just go and change that back again. So I can't test it properly for you, unfortunately. It is a good question. I don't know is the answer. If anyone's got the game and the base game and the base game only, it would be good to if you could let us know. That would be actually pretty cool. All right, we'll just go and close that one off and go and play. Back in we go. So just deselected it. I hope that's going to load the one that we had. Yes, it does. All right, so we've got the HQ upgrades. We've got 3 of those to spend now, and we've got 290 requisitions that we can actually go and buy. Now, you can see there as we play that the different types of things are going to be very, very helpful. Now, I've got this is an auto cannon for the heavy weapon squad. Does base damage 22 to 30. Splash damage as well. A piercing of 4. I do really like these squads. I've got the tank commander, which we could start to bring in. That's 300 points, though. It's probably a little bit too much for us at this point in time. The Castellan would be good. Show them steel. And then we've got the Ogren squad. Got the plasma cannon here for the armored sentinel. What I want for the armored sentinel is the flamer. Just looking whether it says flamer. Heavy flamer there. It's for the Lehman Russ. Now that there is. You're going to need the tank commander to be able to open up. This is the Lehman Russ demolisher. Let's blitz them. Tank for the tank commander. Bring them down. This is from the Castellan. Power swords and things. Where is the? I'm not seeing the actual the flamer for the armored sentinel. Maybe they've actually rebalanced that. Maybe it was just too overpowered, because it was very, very cool to be able to rush in and burn things and then run away again. It was really, really powerful against lower troops. Actually you've got the heavy flamer there, but it's only for the Lehman Russ. I'm thinking maybe we still unlock that one. Because we don't have a Lehman. We've got the Punisher down through there. It's a Punisher load. It's a loadout. Plasma cannon for the Lehman Russ as well. I can't just pick that. because I need to go from what's above, and from that one I need to get the tank commander. So if I grab the tank commander, that leaves me with 2 points. I've got the Lehman Russ I mean, it's a good unit to have. The Demolisher. I think I'll go that way, you know. That plasma cannon there. Should just reset for a second. This one here with its base damage 37 to 50 ballistic with 2 splash damage. 5. That's if we're going to be using these guys a lot, you know. So that's actually sort of takes everything. I might go that way because those little sort of armoured sentinels are very, very valuable for us. The autocannon's also something that could have been useful, but let's just confirm this one here. I think that's going to be more useful at this early stage, and then we'll go with the Lehman Russ eventually. There's a basilisk there. I find these really like very, very inaccurate, so I tend not to use them. Like I like the idea of them because of the range that they have. But ultimately, they're just they can be wildly inaccurate. Click on done. All right. So then we've got army management. So our next one is now we're actually only got 65 points left over. These are now worth 50 points. Still got the 2 commanders there. These are worth 120. But I'm thinking that we now use these a bit more effectively. If we go back to our reserves, we do have another one of these. That then takes me over by 65. I've got these as well. Look, even just having 1 or 2 of these in what we've got is good enough at this stage. So we need to get rid of. We've got 3 of those. It might be overkill a little bit. So 65 over. $15 over. I don't think I can actually change. Here, there's the loadouts. If I use that loadout there with the plasma cannon rather than the heavy, actually, there's the heavy flamer there. Hang on. What's going on here? Heavy flamer loadout. That's not what we've had. How did we get that? That's what I've been looking for. 15 over. Damn it. If I ditch one of those. I mean, do I put one of these back? I think I'll put one of them back. That's giving me a little bit more. Then I can then sort of go back in from the reserves with. I'll bring another one of these guys out. I can bring 2 of those out, and then we're just a handful of points off the limits. Because they're only worth 50. The balance of that one I think is actually okay. In terms of these guys, actually, if I keep on changing the loadouts, if I go with, that's what I've got there, only 15. That would be heavy plasmas all the way through. Let's just go that way and see how they operate. This is this is one where we have to destroy everything that's coming in. The chimeras have got 160. They do actually have the heavy flamer in there. The more of those we get. Now the Lehman Russ, heavy bolter, is still not as valuable as it could be. Going in with 4 of these. Now these are, if we go with the shock troops, they then go over. Cost of 5. It seemed to cost 10. This should only be a cost of 5. I'm not sure what's happening there. That looks like a bug. Let's get rid of one of those. Make all of these the ones that can actually then do the combined damage. Gives me 25 points off. Or we bring back another one. So that one's just basic. Do it that way and just bring in extras. We've got 2 with the bayonets and 2 without. 1 heavy flamer, 2 plasma. Actually, that's two flamers, and we're only 5 points off. Then let's do that. So we're only going to go in with 1 commander this time. Right, done. Next attack coming back in. So we've got the Bastion. So this is eliminate all enemies. We got 900 points this time. So we're going to pick up more of the basic sort of stuff. So we'll just go and proceed. We do end up with 3 tokens, 220 requisitions. Now with the elimination, it's we basically just can wait if we like and just sort of deal with it. So we're going to find a location that's going to be defendable, and then we'll sort of try to position our forces to get the best bang for buck. Okay, so I like saying also don't have to. This is a DLC, but I fought them. Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds like it's. It sounds like all of the. It sounds like you do fight against all of the others, even if you're only sort of playing as Space Marines. So Face Peter saying I only have the Orc DLC and I can choose to play against all enemy factions in Supremacy mode. There we are. Okay, well that answers the question, I guess. So. Yeah, so Angel of Light saying models look amazing in this game. They really do. It's a beautiful looking game. And Nolak saying, yeah, just build up my game and I can fight against the Imperial Guard, and I definitely don't have that DLC. Okay, cool. Okay, that's there we are. Hi Time, thank you there very much for the save scum. Saying I don't think save scumming is a game mechanic that needs in any game. I know what's going on here. So. It's actually a troll, but I do appreciate the it's a friend of mine. It's coming. Anyway, thank you for that. Long story. I won't go into any sort of detail, but yeah, hope everything is going well, and have fun today. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we've got the start of what we're actually doing through here. So the group that we've got, we have to then figure out, they're going to come at us in this particular one. This is the easiest way to play the Astra Militarum. So we can literally just sit back and fight from the rear, because they'll have to then come through the gap at us. Now we know that we've got pretty good ranged attacks in what's actually happening through this other side, and so we'll set that up with that in mind. So we're going to sort of base it around the Lehman Russ. So we'll move the Lehman Russ back. That's not the Lehman Russ. We'll move that one towards the back of the group, and the heavy weapons squad. So we sort of have those operating from the rear, along with the sergeant, just to sort of give them even better abilities. We'll keep some of the shock troops. Now that's a lasgun shock troop. This is lasgun. That's bayonet. So we can sort of just see we've got the 2 with the bayonets. We'll be wanting those sort of towards the front. With the bayonets, shock troops, I'll just keep them sort of back as well. The Chimera, I'm going to leave that one. I'll probably need to sort of be able to rush forward with troops if I have to. So I might sort of set up one of the bayonet groups in behind, and just to load it into the Chimera, just so it's actually there. But I'm trying to keep everything touching here again, so that the sergeant will then be able to control everything at the back. What we need to do is spot. So we're going to be using, that's the one with the heavy flamer. The heavy flamer one is going to have to come back in. I'll use that one centrally, the actually that's a heavy flamer as well. Are they all heavy flamers? No, this one's plasma cannon. The plasma cannon's the only one that's really going to have any sort of ranged ability, but these two here will then be to protect this group a little bit. So I'll keep those, the heavy flamer there, keep one heavy flamer in the middle, and then the plasma off on the side. And because we need to be able to spot what's coming in, so that will sort of then do us. I'll leave that one. Yeah, I'll leave that one where that is. That's all okay. We'll proceed from there.
Waiting for orders, sir.
All right, so with the group that we actually end up having, you can see there that everything except for these scouts is got the benefit of the sergeant. There's nothing we can do about that really. What we need to do is we need to see where they're coming in, and so we need to sort of bounce forward. With these, we actually now gave them 6 movement, so they've now got 3 movement that they can go off and see what's coming. And they can come from the flanks as well. So just have a bit of a look, and then we'll move back again. So I'll just move back into that position, maybe over here. So we just want to keep on bouncing out to see what's actually happening. It'll probably be a couple of turns before they start to do anything. Sir? I'm going to keep that one looking at the flank. I'm going to keep this one looking out at this flank.
On your orders.
This one I'm going to put on the Chimera and leave it
Lining up, sir.
in there. This one here, I'm just going to keep on bouncing forward to see if we see anything coming through the middle, which we don't, and then move back again. And the main idea of this is just to keep like find out which flank they're coming in on.
Sentinel on the move.
We'll find out. We'll get a bit of a direction now after this one here. But giving them the 6 moves really does help a lot. So I'll move that one back. Again, we're not going to see anything. Just have a bit of a look around.
I've got it from here.
Nothing coming from that flank, so back we go. And then back that way. The Lehman Russ, I think I will move it up slightly. And just put that into an Overwatch. Might as well just use the Overwatch.
Watching this area.
Just through there. This one here, we want to actually set it up again.
Up and stabilize
The
it.
setting up you saw there in that last one, dramatic difference with what they can then go and do. And so we'll just use, we'll just put this one into Overwatch as well, maybe just in this area.
Big guns ready.
And we'll leave the Cuddy and Sergeant back there as well, just not really doing anything. These guys with their Overwatch, the Flamers don't have any sort of range, but these are so good against infantry. This one here I do have to manage, so I'll manage the with what it can do there.
Kill or be killed.
All right, so we can be attacked from anywhere. So like once they spawn in, and then that's pretty much what they have. So we'll just end our turn. Everything else can just go into automatic Overwatch. It's not going to really matter that much. Here they come. So coming in from the right.
There's more of them?
Quarry spotted.
Waiting for orders,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, that's interesting. In that case, I'm going to still keep one of the Flamers out on this side,
Sentinel ready.
just to be doubly sure that there's nothing that comes this side. But I'm going to start to flank everything else back the other way. And I'll actually probably start to move it across a little bit.
Sentinel on the move.
Now it doesn't really matter that what we've got there is happening, but we can just try to sort of see a little bit. So what I might do is I might move out 2.
Sentinel on the move.
Not seeing anything just yet. I don't want to go too far out. I'll just see if I can spot them. I think we're going to be safe enough if I move back to another 3. Still not seeing anything.
Search and destroy.
No, not seeing anything at all. So move back. But it looks like we're going to have to bring back our short-range troops to this other side. The Lehman Russ, I'm now going to... This one here, if we go back into the Overwatch, or if I go back to the actual cannons, you can see I can't see past the Lehman Russ. So that's not ideal. So I need to actually now open up so that the Lehman Russ doesn't get in the way of this troop. So I'm going to move the Lehman Russ back off to the side. Just press escape. So I'm going to move it down to here.
Rolling out.
And you can then look out that way.
Awaiting orders.
The Chimera, I'll just get so that at least these are all connected.
Carrying the load.
It doesn't have massive long range. This one now, if we have a look and see, you can see now it's got clear shots. So I'm going to keep those back where they are. And we'll just do an overwatch out to, say, here.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Lehman Russ will have a clearest shot out to there.
Armored Sentinel,
That
ready.
needs to be also overwatch out to this area.
Kill or be killed.
These I won't worry about. The multi-laser is doesn't have a great shot, but I'm just going to keep it back that way. These are the ones I'm going to start to move a little bit across.
Moving to the battle line.
Just so we start to protect that zone. But I still want to be watching this way, just have something out this way. I think this one's going to have to move across as well. Let's have a bit of a look and see if there's anything coming that way, which there's not.
I've got it.
Now they'll come with a combination of short range and long range, so we're going to need to protect the back here fairly well.
First line, wait.
Oh, I forgot to buckle in.
Enemies fortifying nearby.
Fortification won't worry us. That's more
Enemies
dominions, I think.
fortifying nearby.
Right, so we now see them. What we'll now do is, I do need to, and I forgot to set these guys up last
Setting up
time.
and stabilizing.
They're only at, they're at 6 now, so they're now at maximum, I think. So I don't think I can do any more stabilization there. These
Armored
guys,
Sentinel, ready.
we've got a 55% chance there with only 2 shots, so this isn't ideal. Let's just move
Sentinel
up.
on the move.
We've got a couple there. So what do we got? We've got Battle Sisters there, Battle Sisters there. So so we've got the different groups in through this other side. So they're actually coming in. Again, we can have a bit of a look and see what they've got. These have got the Godwin Diaz Pattern Bolter, which is going to be, what do they want? Optimal 3. So they'll be rushing in. So we can, like essentially what they'll do is probably fire. They've got a range of 6. They're more likely to fire at 6, and they're the same as well. So both groups have got that that ability. We just need to be in a position where we can see what they're up to. So I'm thinking I even move back all the way back to here with this unit. So they've only got 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4 at that range. Then they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially they will be able to get shots in on these guys, which won't be dramatically bad for us. If we have a look at our units, these guys have got the las gun, optimal 3, but it's still range 6.
Awaiting your orders.
So I'll move them across as well, and we'll just wait for them a little bit. Not even move them back.
Lining up, sir.
And we'll set these up for the actual Overwatch itself, and I'll make it a little bit bigger than what it normally would be, but like that's optimum. So I'll just make it that angle there. Same with these Overwatch, just slightly more. So more effective shooting. This one here we have a 42% chance, but only 1 hit. So we don't have great shots until they start to bring armor in. We'll just do an Overwatch. And again, unfortunately, this is going to be completely wasted because we're going to be overwatching with just a single shot with the main battle cannon.
Chimera transport ready.
Overwatch here, just a little bit extended. I'm going to move this one back.
Sentinel on the move.
He's got 250 health points, and they do have good armor, but we don't
Search
need.
and destroy.
Like the closer I bring, the less I see, the better I can actually then sort of operate with these. So I'll still go with a vision there, I think, just out to there.
Kill or be killed.
Again, if we have a look, that's actually a good position for this guy. The flamers, actually this one here, we've got the, I don't know if I can tell it to use the crack grenade. There's nothing else we can do there. We'll just go back into Overwatch here. I think they're more likely to be shot at that range.
What next, sir?
That one across. So these are going to have to rush forward if there's sort of action that is going to take place.
First line, wait.
Long action in through that side, and again I just want to make doubly sure there's nothing that's coming out this way, which I think we're actually okay. And well, now I'll just move this one back in to protect this line, because I don't think we're going to be attacked from that angle. That way it'll pick up sort of the abilities next turn of the commander. Might as well move the commander around.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
These can move through units, the other units can't. So the commanders can sort of
remember your orders.
manipulate that. So pretty much everything except this one is now
Armored
touching.
Sentinel, ready.
I might even move this one back because again we don't really need to
Sentinel on the move.
worry about this at this stage. And these have only got the flamers. So they've just got the heavy flamers. This guy's got the plasma gun. It's a good looking game, isn't it? We also have like a camera mode, which I haven't played with for a little while. So that's backspace to enter camera mode. So when there's action, you can actually freeze the action and see what actually, and then sort of play it out. I'll try to. I'll have the backspace on. We'll end the turn,
Command
and
wants this area
when
secure.
something comes in and fires, I'll show you how the camera mode works. It's pretty cool. Here they come. So when we go into camera mode, I've actually just shot at this unit, and so we now actually have different modes that we can then go and play with the actual camera. So you can sort of essentially get to like an angle of a shot that you're looking for with different sorts of things. So the Lehman Russ has actually just fired at these guys. You know, you got field of view, not field of view, depth of field. You do actually have different things as well. So you got field of view is in through there, which will then sort of give you like a wider range or more of a more sort of zoomed in on different things. You've got the camera tilt as well, so you can sort of change things the way, whichever way you want it. You've then got the actually this is color, the exposure. If I just go and leave that one back at 0. Saturation, I'll just leave that one back where that one was, or thereabouts. Contrast, so you can sort of chop and change these a little bit. The overall temperature, so we can sort of change the temperature back and through there. I've got filters as well, like I've got vivid, cool, warm, classic, black and white, noir, custom. Actually, I don't have just stock standard. Let's just get these back to 0s. I think that will then sort of take it back to a more sort of standard thing, which is not quite right. So a little bit deeper there. Get the saturation up a little bit, and the temperature up a little bit as well. So you can sort of end up sort of with a shot that you're you can construct a shot as to what's actually happened with the force. It's what else do we have? This is the borders, badges. So you can actually sort of, you know, you can hide them. Warhammer 40k, whatever you want to do back and through there. Actually, badge position. There we go. So if you wanted to take a shot, you can sort of anyway take a shot with whatever you want there. Vignette, sort of to darken the borders. Focus distance, so this is like the depth of field command, so you can sort of end up with your forces with the, so okay, as you start to bring this one down, you're going to end up with like with very, 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 very tight areas on the actual thing, and then the actual aperture itself, you can sort of then change, just like, so your depth of field can be really, really small or quite large, depending on what you want to sort of then go and do. But it's pretty cool the way it sort of does work. It's so you can then sort of take the actual shot to see what's actually happening with your forces. So you can sort of zoom around the battlefield, pretty much any angle that you like, which is a nice way to actually see the models as well. Like just to sort of spot, like this one's got that heavy blaster, for example, whereas the other ones have just got the flamers. So that's the flamer model for the actual for these guys. So it's a good way to sort of zip around. Like you can also just space to hide the UI, and then back across here we've then got the different Sisters of Battle that's then coming back through. So they've now triggered the this attack. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can actually. I can't actually go back and go through frame by frame, but that would be that's the bullet coming in at them. So. What's it got written on it? It's got something. I've never done this before. Actually, I'm too close. I can't sort of see what that is. I think it's just a WarHammer logo on it. So anyway, that's going to hit those particular Sisters of Battle. So they're being attacked directly from the group back over here from the battle tank. So that's actually what's actually happening through those particular areas. Anyway, that's the camera mode. I'll just go back.
We're taking fire!
Bang. Those have been hit. Only one unit got killed, even though it's massive damage. Just reel off the camera on any of the movement.
Praise the Emperor for these
Now, not
blades.
much hit points coming in at this stage, but if we take a lot, we're going to have to protect this unit. And again, we're just doing single unit stuff, which is not ideal.
Praise the Emperor for these blades.
We may have to move this one out. Alright, so they're coming in. They are going to fire from distance, and they have fired at our unit. We've still got a fair bit of hit points in that one. 61% chance. So I did kill one of these Battle Sisters. So what are we at? The Battle Sisters have got 50 hit points each. That's Zephyrim. These are the flying units. They're the ones that are very, very dangerous for us. If we have a look and see what they've got bolt pistols, where they've got a range of 1 to 3. So they're going to come in close. So we can sort of expect them to be flying in. That's more of that's the Seraphims back in through there as well. These have just got bolt pistols. These are also 55. So these are sort of flying units we're going to be seeing coming in. They're going to fly into the attack. The missile launches we've got through here, we do actually have a 95% chance there to do damage. That's the crack damage there. Frag damage, we should be able to wipe these things out. 85, 95. Have a bit of a look. Got 91% chance there. 84 there. So we have to sort of start to wipe out the different units. 95 there. I don't mind that one. If we just go and click on it, we can then sort of see what we're likely to then go and do. We do have the splash damage is the important thing. So just see if there's any more of these setups we can then go and do.
Stabilizing.
Yeah, we did do a little bit more. So that gives us even more. That should give us even more abilities in through here. No, it's still 95, 91. So this is why these things are just so important. These are going to be able to almost wipe out like whole groups in one go. This is the long-range weaponry that they've got here is probably it's probably this is bothering me. Like the fact that the Battle Sisters have got the range 6.
Opening fire.
So we didn't kill them. The splash damage did a lot of damage to it, but that certainly helps. So they're not going to come in close. If we go now with our heavy bolter, we've got 50% chance there, 46% there. The heavy bolter has got a range. The optimal range is 4. So if we just press escape, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually 1 away, so I'm just going to move this one up. And then use the heavy bolter on that group. Now that's going to do, again, if I have a look at one of the groups that are here, you've got 28 with 4 to 6 damage, so it's not going to kill them. I'm better off killing them off.
On the way.
So we'll smash our way through there. It didn't even finish them off, so that's actually okay. We've still got the, that's actually a free shot. The las cannon is going to do we got through there? Just one shot at 76%. This is ideal against sort of like commanders or tanks and things. I don't really want to waste it there, but I might as well, I guess. No, I'll go back to one of these. So we've got rid of another one. The Chimera has got the heavy flamer, which we have to get close with. We do actually have a group of Kydian shock troops back on board, but this one here with the multi-laser has got an optimal range of 4, so I'm going to move that one up as well. Now, if I'm only going to have 2 shots left, which won't be too bad. Okay, now we're seeing more units. So we have a walker here. This is a pertinent engine flamers, so it has to get in close. Again, the range is going to be 1 to 2, and then it's got the buzz blades. So this again is going to have to get in close. Its movement is only 4, so we don't have to really worry too much about that one through there. So yeah, it's a melee attack, so that's actually okay. We've got more of the flying units. But it's more these long-range ones that I just want to do damage to, just get rid of some of the actual models. The damage is per model that's actually showing. So in this case, I'll go with the multi-laser and
Supporting fire!
we killed 2 of that stack. So we've still got 3 stacks, 3 of them back in there, 2 of them back in here. One of them there with low abilities. This one here, we've got a 54, 42, 39. Let's go and hit this one.
Firing on target.
Missed in both. And what I want to do here is probably move this one out of the way, just a little bit. We don't have great shots there, but from there it's not too bad. 54.
Firing!
So these aren't fantastic.
Moving to the battle line.
I'm just going to go and position that one around. Facing is important
Awaiting
in
your
this game.
orders.
We're taking fire!
That's one stack down. That's giving us 7 points. Bring these in.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
I have to move that one up. Let's just see which way we go here. %, 40% there. Doing very minimal damage though. 24 is not great. If I move to there, I've only got one shot, one turn, one movement left.
Lining up, sir.
Let's move across. There's heaps of them coming. 34%, 45, 47. That at least gets rid of another stack. So we're up to now 14. We still have this one as well. I've got a 58% chance there. As I start to look around, I'm actually better off there, firing at that one. 79% chance. And this one here has got it's got like 250 health, so we're going to be able to do a fair bit of damage to it using our main cannon. Damn, I think I shot the one behind. Oh, God. That was not good. I'm going to move these back. These guys here. Yeah, we've actually fired that one. I'm going to move this back into this position.
Rolling out.
So we have a cooldown now for the other weapons that we actually had on that one. And that one doesn't have any more moves.
Rolling into action.
Just going to move these up now and try to get a bit of an overwatch into where these Zephyrim are likely to attack. We've used all of those.
We've got your fire.
Used that one, and so now with the flamer is the flamers that we've got through here. I'm going to actually position those in front here with an overwatch out. That way, if I leave it there and they land there, I'm likely to actually hit them. So I'm just going to go that side and similarly back in through here.
Ready.
So we'll bring these flamers back in.
Kill or be killed.
And just leave those there as well. I think that's pretty much it. If we just press P, we've still got this one. Let's do the overwatch into that zone. That's it. Yeah, we'll end our turn. Here they come. We need to get as many of these killed as we can. And I'm looking backwards for the other group. I didn't put them in the right position. So we don't have much overwatch. This isn't good. Actually, I didn't change the facing here at all.
They're shooting back!
I've nearly lost that stack.
Taking fire!
And we have lost that stack. This was only worth 4. Looks great, doesn't it? Great looking game.
We'll get them back.
Again, just minimal sort of damage coming in, but you know they're geared up with the infantry. They're not using tanks or anything. So we may have to sort of look at that next time.
We'll get them back.
Whoa, okay, that wasn't good. Using grenades against us. So these forces here are bad. So we're struggling now with some of these low-level troops. Now, ideally, what we want to do here is have these guys. See how when I move there, there's actually they've got an action that they can use.
Ready.
So I've got to be careful about. They're facing this way, so I can move to there and then move to there. I think so. I'm going to do that. Not seeing too much else come back. These have got 6 moves. I've still got 4 moves left. And I'm then going to position the flamer and flame down this way. This is why I love these. These they just do so much damage. They're absolutely awesome. Then we can sort of move back. I might move back out of the way a little bit because we've then got these guys that can then go and do more damage as well. If we look at the crack grenades in through there, 52%, because there's things in the way. Like once we actually with this and this one, they're actually in the way of what we're trying to do. So I'm going to move them out of the position. Like if we yeah, so I don't need to do that
Setting up and stabilizing.
I'll just keep that stable as possible. So this one here, Whoops, I just press escape. And I'll move that one pretty much just over to here somewhere.
Sentinel on the move.
Then ultimately we've got, I can get to there, 1, 2, 3. I can do damage this way and then move back again as well. So the Seraphim have got bolt pistols, so I can actually sort of do that one. I don't know if these have got Overwatch. Let's have a look and see. Just do it bit by bit. In fact, that's the most effective attack for me, is to go to there and then do a flamer down this way. So we'll do that.
Evasive maneuvers.
And again, if I press backspace, bang, in we go. Here's the flamer. Sort of being shot through the actual, through the group. Which, again, just looks fantastic. What a great looking game. I wish you could actually move just frame by frame, but I don't think you can. So anyway, that's what's going on. Don't know why these are. Oh, they're still flying. Yep, they're still just in the area. So lots and lots of damage done to those stacks, which is good. We're up to 24 now with what we've done, and we now just need to move back again. So I'm just going to move that one out of the way.
Sentinel on the move. Praise the Emperor for these plates.
It's got a bit of reaction shot, but nothing much there. Now again, let's change our facing, just to make sure that we're facing the right way. We're down to about 50% of our attack in through here. We still need to kill these off, but these are now really, really weak with what's actually happened. And we still have the crack grenade in through here. We've only got a small number there. This one here is 18% chance to hit, 28.
Awaiting your orders.
41 there. So we need to kill that one off. What about you? 41 there. Now he has got, if we have a look at this one, he's got the las pistol. It's not going to really do a lot. But take cover, so friendly infantry units within one tile receive a defensive bonus. Don't know if I need to use that one just yet. Take aim, friendly infantry units with one tile receive an offensive bonus. Yeah, I might pop that one on.
Make every shot count!
There we are. I've still got one action point. I'll just fire at this. Oh no, we don't have enough. I've only got one action point with him. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. We'll just smack these. 51% chance now. So that one's down. We're now up to 32. And I'm going to need to get these out of here, really. Like these are pretty badly injured. Let's pop them on the Chimera. This group of Battle Sisters that came in, what else have we got there? We've got Battle Sisters there as well. These have still got 3 lots of 50. Now we do actually have the frag grenades. So I can actually destroy some of these with frag grenades.
Moving to the battle
Move
line.
them forward. Yeah, let's do 18 to 24 damage. Alright, do that.
Grenade!
So at least it does sort of like common damage there.
What next,
well.
sir?
That one back there that I really want to be focusing on. The Seraphim there, actually, that'll kill that one off. Look, I'll kill that off with the grenade. Alright, we've got a whole lot of momentum, which I don't really get much of a chance to use that. So I'll just move these now back. Again, just got to make sure everything's sort of facing the right way.
For Emperor and Imperium!
We still have the shot here, 63%. Let's move these back out of the way as well.
Lining up, sir.
It's a better shot. Well, it doesn't really matter whichever way I
Sentinel
do
on
this.
the move.
75% chance, so we'll hopefully get 2 of them. Nope, we hit one, but we didn't actually do the damage.
Armored Sentinel
I'm going to
ready.
move it back out of the way.
Search and destroy.
We'll get you there.
Shield of Faith is protecting them largely. Oh no, that's destroyed them, that's good. So they're out. Just move this one back again. So none of these have got any more moves. The Lemon Rust does. 75% chance. Let's actually go for this one now.
Firing cannon.
Great. Critical hit, I think. Yeah, that's got it. That's got it. That's fantastic. So that one's down. Still got this little guy at the Seraphim with only 1 shot is not going to really worry us too much. These other ones are full, but we're doing well. We're up to 61 now, and then we've still got this. We've still got the frag grenade in through here, 80% and 68%. We'll take the 80%. Boom.
Maneuvers.
And so it's now been weakened a lot. I don't think we've got anything left that's actually got any... no, everything is now moved, so we'll end our turn there. So we've lost 1 unit. Here comes one of their commanders. We've got no Overwatch. And they're going to come in as well. Oh, they're in behind us.
Heads down. Counter fire.
Come on, survive.
They're shooting back!
I love that they only got like the 1 shot. It's only a shot per unit.
We'll get them back.
So you're still going after this guy. Now we're getting close to being killed there.
Waiting for orders, sir.
So we're down to 50. What can we do? Got 60% chance there to do a bit of damage against those Battle Sisters. This one here, we've still got 1 more turn there with the grenade. The Flamers can actually now go back across. We've got 1 there. Where's the other one? There at the back. So I'm going to be better off using Flamers against that one. So let's go and do that now.
We're taking fire.
Up to 68, that's another one down. That's good.
Armored Sentinel ready.
Yeah, that one does have a shot at us because it's got it's got a bolt pistol, but it can still actually, when I try to move, it does get a shot at me. So I'm not going to take that one.
Heavy weapons.
These guys are struggling, but we can actually get a shot there at this one here. This one here is too close, so I might as well shoot that one. And that is nearly down.
Whose day are we ruining today?
Can we use
sir?
bolt pistol here? Yeah, 28%. It's not going to really work. I think I'm better off just using these guys to do this. Now we've got
Awaiting your orders.
this one here does have bayonets, so we'll go in this way. 58%. Yeah, that should kill this group
Give them the
off.
bayonet!
Not quite. I do need
What
to get rid of
next,
this
sir?
one. That one's down.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Only 22% there. If I move out to here, I do get a
Sentinel on
shot
the move.
at these.
Firing on target.
Wow, there we go. Got our 80 points. That was good. We only lost 1 unit, so that's not too bad. Experience-wise, heavy weapons squad's leveled up. That's good. Lehman Russ has leveled up. So we've got a few level ups in through here. Fair few, actually. That's great. I like this, what this change that they've actually now made to the game, which is very, very cool. So, hi Sev, how you going? Look, Cucumber saying it looks very much looks like the models. Yes, no, they've done a great job of this. All right, so the Lehman Russ, we've got the plus 15, but the minus maximum range. I don't want that. Evasion or the cost. I think the cost. Let's do that. Heavy weapons squad. We've got extra ranged armor. Or we've got the evasion. I think we'll go armor. Armored Sentinel. We could go with the accuracy but lower range. I don't want that. Health per turn. Plus 15 health per turn. Does it fix itself up? Then we've got momentum. Yeah, I'll go that way. And we've got another level up for these guys as well. Immune to melee zones of control. That would be super useful. This one here adds a lot with the plus minus 20% damage, but at a reduction of cost. Evasion goes up, but I think we're going to do this one here. The shock troops. I really like what they've done with this actually. So just getting more armor. Proceed and then another one in through here as well. We've got better evasion, extra damage. I think evasion. And then the Chimera. This is plus 100% shots. Wow, that's big. We'll get that one. It's going to cost a fair bit more. Now, guys, I'm looking at the time. I've got to go off to the beach, have a swim. So I'm going to have to wind up. I should have left about 10 minutes ago. We do actually have the upgrades. I will keep on playing this. I'm really enjoying what the changes that they've made to this this mode. It's actually really, really cool. So I will keep it there. So yeah, so this new campaign mode I think has got a lot of potential. Like, you know, it's progression, but it just works. Whereas Planetary Supremacy, you do have a bit more choice, but you don't have the range of different things that you can then go and do. This next one's going to be Strategic Command, but we've still got HQ upgrades and things as well. We've got 3 of those which we can apply. So I'll just go back out and save where I am, but I'll leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again tomorrow with Fortress Friday. So we'll play a deal of like a fair few hours of Dwarf Fortress. Catch you guys then. Thanks for watching.